Hey everyone, what's going on? Hopefully the sound's coming through nice and clear. Let me know if you can't hear. Amazing to see so many people here, both 606 and other kingdoms too. Let me change this so hopefully you can see the screen. Hey, what's going on, our man? I need to say hello to everyone in the chat. So we got FLX, we got Shuki, we got Dutch, Mikael Flores, we got 606 King, 606 Boss, Paulie. Welcome, welcome. Box, welcome. Quacks, Gorilla. Got some big names here. Welcome, everyone. Maytrim. Oh, Maytrim. My guy, welcome. Hanzo, our new migrant. We're going to be talking about you later. Welcome. Marcus, welcome. Trev, BRX, one of the three amigos is here. Drew, welcome. Welcome, Finn. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Matthew. Okay, I think I've got everyone. Okay, Aldo and Max. Awesome. Thank you all for being here. And yeah, also a big welcome to our guests. Live on stream. Very fortunate to be able to have Ritz on with us. So, Ritz, thank you very much for being on stream.
Hey. Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, pleasure. Damn podcast about me. We can make it about you, Hanzo, if you really want. Welcome, Akin. Some 3606 love going on in the chat as well. Awesome. Well, welcome everyone. This stream, this chat, I thought there's no better person to ask to talk about 606 than Ritz himself. My Diplo buddy in crime, and also one of the leaders in our kingdom. So very happy to be able to have him on stream with us today. So
I'm super stoked to be here.
Yeah, awesome, man. Olao's here. Hola, Lao. Bonjour, Ara. Cena's here as well. Oh, Ritz's audio is scuffed. Let me turn him up. Rich, do you want to try talk a bit?
Hello.
Is that better? I'm migrant too. Okay, we can cover your little account. Is volume up, Ritz. I've got him at okay, I put him at 200%. It can't go any higher.
It might just be at my end too.
Okay. Well, let's... Oh, it's still bad. Maybe if I turn the music down, that might help. Ritz, maybe do you have input settings on Discord that you could turn up so it becomes a bit more sensitive, the mic?
Okay, is that any better?
Yeah, it's fine, just low. Okay.
I'll just yell.
Yeah. I think people can hopefully turn it up if it's a little bit low. Maybe there's a bit of contrast between our two voices, but I hope it's okay. Welcome, Zpex. I want to migrate. I got banned from the server for some reason. Maybe a recruiter can tell you the reason why that happened. Jovi from 2489 is here. Welcome. I love when Ritz becomes more sensitive. Oh, what's happened to the device? Ritz, I told you.
Wait, what?
The iPad just like stopped showing. Give me a second, sorry. It's so weird like this. Oh, Quacks, thank you so much, man. Thank you. We are still here. I'm just sorting the iPad. It's being a bit temperamental. Great start, right? Okay. Come on. Okay. Quacks, thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate it, man. Okay, there we go. We are back. Okay, sweet. Ritz was waiting 30 minutes and still didn't make sure his mic is ready.
I thought it
Gorilla.
was fine, man. I thought it was fine.
It's fine on my end. I don't know what's going on. Did my dono break the stream? Maybe, maybe. Max Rusk is here. Welcome, welcome. Oh, even Aponia's turned up.
Yeah,
Welcome to everyone.
I shared it wherever I could. So, you know.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, sweet. So, let's get going. Ritz, for those that I'm pretty sure everyone knows you, but for those that don't, do you want to talk about a bit about yourself, like the kingdoms you've come from, your account? We can focus on your account on the stream.
Yeah, let me screen share real quick. So yeah, for those who don't know me, I'm Ritz. And for people who don't know me outside of 1606, I was in 2083. That's where I, kind of started. I was one of the kings there. Things went really, really bad, as they tend to do, in any restart kingdom after the 2K days. Got sick of that place. Went to the glorious 2K. Became a demon who never sleeps, and then had KVK with the 1606 guys, and I've been here ever since. So I think it's been 2 years now. It's kind of crazy, maybe more.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, man, it's been insane.
Wow.
So yeah,
Man, that's gone fast.
Yeah, kind of whenever I look back, it's dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, so, man, that's insane. And you're now sharing an account with Dutch. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that? How do you guys manage that?
So Dutch and I came together, and we were basically just hey, I spend a decent amount, you spend a decent amount. What if we just played together on a bigger account, and it'd be, more fun, and we don't have to spend as much. And now we're still spending just as much, but on one account. So it's kind of been a little counterproductive. But it honestly helps a lot. Having a duo really helps to kind of keep me grounded on things, and not just make impulsive moves. If I was running this alone right now, I probably would have crafted a bunch of equipment already. Would have done a bunch of silly formation things. And with Dutch, he kind of sits there and he's like, hey, are you sure we should do that? And helps keep me grounded big time. Yeah.
You're saying Dutch is the voice of reason between the two of you.
Yes, 100%. And it's not even like he talks me off the ledge. He's just like, "Are you sure that's a good idea?" And I'll be like, "Let me think about it." It just it makes me walk back a lot. So,
And what's the chat saying here? You're sharing because you lost your best European pilot, Ritz.
Yeah, dude, I lost Gorilla. It's honestly, it's heartbreaking. Gorilla was my rock all of last KVK, and here I am, Gorilla-less, but we have Gorilla in 606, so it's a fair trade-off.
I mean, that's not a bad trade-off at all, and I know how much you've wanted Gorilla in the kingdom. It's been multiple off-seasons that you've been trying to persuade Gorilla, and I think everyone that has spoken to you, Ritz, knows you're very persistent and you won't give up. No more so than someone like Gorilla. So, welcome, Gorilla.
Even on Gorilla, it was funny because I would just message him randomly. It's hey, you have any plans yet? And he'd just be nah, man, I'm staying here. It's okay. Give it another month. I'd message him again. I'm hey, how you doing, man? So
and it just kept going.
He's probably used to seeing that notification pop up and would just be oh, dude, again? Seriously? He hasn't given up yet?
Gorilla must be super patient. But but Ritz, if we go back to that 2K versus 606 KVK, because that one was an epic one for sure. And what can you remember from that KVK? Because that was the one that decided, this is it, I'm not staying in this kingdom anymore. I need something new. Talk us through what you felt about that KVK, because I think a lot of the players here were part of that KVK as well.
Yeah, and a lot of it for me, there was a lot behind the scenes in 2K that had kind of been going down for, I don't know, 2 or 3 KVKs at that point. So leading up to that, we had the infamous 2K moment where we refused to fight 1254. That I kind of took the brunt of like, hey, like this was his fault. When I had no say in it, I actually didn't want to do it. And then the people who decided to do that all just kind of like went ghost and like didn't do anything, popped back up again during our diplomacy with you guys in that KVK against 1235, 2377. I know 1228 was in there. And the glorious Zach, who you guys got to witness in diplomacy all that time ago, popped back up. I think CD popped back up. And going into the KVK, fighting super hard, I kind of started looking at our stats in 2K, and I was like, why am I giving so much to a kingdom that at this moment of time just doesn't seem to like also want to do that? I remember I was like TPing around like to every single flag, swarming rallies, sitting there and trying to solo fill. And it seemed like a lot of times like our garrison leaders or rally leaders would just put like 50K troops in, and it's like, we're taking a bad report, and would leave the flags. So I think a lot of that kind of pushed me to be like, I think it's time for me to view, take a look at a couple other kingdoms and see what they can offer me. And at that time I was like 606, 2489, 1875, and I can't remember who else. I think you guys were our main three.
I'm impressed you can remember that. That's after so long.
Yeah. Well, I think you were the main, you guys are the main three that we really were considering at the time. And I remember we chose you just because you and I had a lot of conversations there at the KVK. And it was just like, why are you playing like this? Like you're not some like massive Kraken who can sustain doing this all KVK.
Murph in the chat, Ritz.
The new account now, like it makes it a lot easier because it kind of had that blueprint. So it allows me to play at more of a high octane level, especially with Dutch on here as well. Like I think we're already prepped to go back into KVK now. We're almost at 1400 days, and
damn,
it's super sick. But at that time, like it just didn't make sense. There weren't the commanders out in the game to where you could swarm. And just having conversations with you, having conversations with Lore, throughout the KVK, it just seemed like it was a proper fit for me and my group. And I know a lot have retired, but we still have me, Tick, Murph, Zed, Ivy's back.
A lot of the core still there.
Yeah, a lot of the people who originally came over here are still here and loving it, and it's a lot of fun.
And I'm pretty sure the majority of the old 2K players are now in leadership as well. So we have Murph, yourself, Riffin. I tried to get Hick involved, but he wasn't having any of it. Not a chance.
Yeah, man, Hick. Yeah, I think it's like the third off season we've hit Hick up about becoming leadership, and he's just like, no.
Yeah, no, it's not even a conversation. Like I'm trying to say, hey mate, do you want to be an R4? And it's just like, no. Is that it? Just no? Yeah, no, not happening.
Yep. And like I'll even like let him know, like, hey, like it can just be in KVK, and he's like, I do that anyway. I don't need the title. It's fine. It's like, all right, dude.
Yeah, I mean, some people know that the job isn't always the easiest thing to do. It is time consuming, and I know many are very careful about how they spend their time. So, I mean, he probably knows if he does that, maybe he won't be as present for KVK, or it'll just take up too much of his time and he won't enjoy it. So I won't ever force someone unless it's Lau. Then she has to be in leadership.
Lau ran away for a KVK, but she's right back, so we're good.
Yeah, absolutely. And just taking a look at some of the chats. Oh, Clay is here. Welcome. 606, you probably remember Clay. Former R4 in our kingdom. Amazing to have you here. Matrim's getting a lot of love and so deserved. GG, hi, welcome. Raven's here. We got Zed here as well. Zed probably heard Demons Never Sleep and jumped into the stream.
Yeah, some of the old 2K guys.
Welcome, Aries. Hey, Zooted. Yeah, oh, and I think that's Algeros as well. Bonjour, welcome. Where is Dav? Yeah, we should get Dav in as well. Um, yeah, I'm sure 606 is very happy to see you here, Clay. Welcome. Where is Dav? And Crack's here too. Welcome, man.
I
Cool.
forgot about that. Yeah, Speed is also from 2K. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of people because True Noob is also from 2K. Like, there's a lot of people who ended up like coming over that like I've been in 606 so long that it's like I just look at them as like people from 606. It's so crazy whenever like you think of like Speed or True Noob. I don't know. You just go through the list of people we have, and it's like, holy crap! Like, there's a lot of that people from that 2K core who came over here and are still in 606, still top contributors. It's really nice.
Yeah, and I mean, it's probably testimony to you guys that were leadership there as well. Like, they wanted to follow you guys, they trusted you. So, yeah, I mean, I don't blame them for wanting to jump over as well. And like you say, as soon as someone joins 606, they become part of the family here. And you almost instantly forget where they came from, which is really nice.
Yeah, other than Quacks, we will always remember that Quacks he wasn't a part of the original family. He's adopted.
He's adopted. Well, speaking of Quacks, let's talk about that last KVK because, wow, how do we even describe that? I know we had many conversations about that one, and I mean, it was so much going on. There was Thanksgiving for you. There was I was either in Paris, I think, or in the United States on a trip. So yeah, just what were your thoughts on last KVK? If we can break it down and we start like first zone, I think it was okay. It was very busy. Lots going on with like being surrounded pretty much, but we did what we wanted to do and we got that sanctuary.
Yeah, I know. I was really kicking myself because I didn't pay attention to like our chats before Z5, and like the only thing on my mind was working on rally cap. So then we enter zone 5, and of course we do exactly what we were planning to do that I didn't pay attention to like an idiot. And I have this 3 mil rally cap, or almost. I think I had like 2.92, and I'm like, guys, let's rally at 4, and everybody's like, no, that's not the plan. So wasted a lot of crystals in that zone, but overall, like strategy wise, when we went in, the idea was just to hunker down, make them waste main troops while we kind of can go on the defensive, and then if the opportunity arises where we can sit there, break out, make them take a lot of main deads, then we can. And ultimately, I think both sides just said, this is going to be a standstill. If we push you, we're getting hurt more. If you push us, you're getting hurt more. And they would organize their pushes for 1 or 2 hours, maybe one flag a couple times, and that was about it.
Oh, GG, thank you so much. Sorry, Rex, didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're good. And then from there, it was just it was just kind of a staring at each other fest. Zone 6 and Pass 7 was a little bit better, just because we had action on both sides if we wanted it.
Yeah, which is always nice.
And then you get into the real drama, and that was KL. KL is where it got fun. Because
oh my days.
Because I had Thanksgiving, so I wasn't able to really like invest a whole lot of time. So for me, it was one of those things that was like, I was fighting whenever I could. Other than that, I had pilots on. And then we get like pushed out, or almost pushed out. We come back, make this crazy comeback, push for Zig, have one of the only Zig fights that I've ever seen in the game, which is so sick. Luckily, like, that was after like all my Thanksgiving like events, so I got to actually like fight during that, which was sick.
I don't know if anyone expected that Kingsland to go on. What day was the Zig? It was like day 3, I think, of Kingsland.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it was on the 3rd day, and then ultimately, I think losing Zig kind of broke our morale, and things just kind of dropped off from there. Which, I mean, it's to be expected. We've been fighting so hard for so long and didn't kind of get to the finish line that we thought we would. And I think whoever lost that Zig was going to lose the KVK. I think if we take Zig, their morale is completely broken, and vice versa, it happened to us.
Yeah.
So
And
then, we came to our good old agreement, and then then they had their scuffle over Zig, and we kind of swooped in and somehow stole it. So,
oh
kept
man,
my odd arc on my profile perfect. So that's
yeah, I mean,
you know.
when I think Gorilla made a comment on your Autark stats, it's super impressive. The four Autarks, 4 KVKs, the kills having over 200 million is insane, and the deads 9.2 is crazy. I think they were saying they want to see they want to see 10 million from you next KVK. I don't know, is that even
I
possible?
I think next KVK it's not. Dutch and I were talking about it, and I think next KVK we're not necessarily gonna have like go have an easier go of it,
Hmm.
but we're gonna try not to go so Rambo mode in terms of like taking deads. We'd rather conserve our power a little bit if it is kind of a easier KVK.
Hmm.
Like if it's not one of those where we're having to empty our tank for the third time in a row, we'd like to just kind of appreciate that, conserve our speeds. That
Hmm.
way we can go into the KVK after, which we're gonna have, I think, all of the top 8 kingdoms in the game on the same like cycle,
Yeah.
and you know that means that we can hopefully maybe get a nice little 10 mil dead odd arc in. So
Yeah, that
who
would be
knows?
insane. And yeah, man, just thinking back to that KVK and that Zig fight, I think the majority of people, well, that was their first Zig fight. I mean, in 4.5 years that I've been playing, I think that was the first one that I've ever had. And to think, when you think about the positioning we have, I don't know if you can recall it, but we had all of the left, well, we had a good portion of the left side of the Zig, and
Hmm.
Fire kind of had a little slither touching it from the south, but it really wasn't much, and that's probably a big reason why their refresh time was um was so high. But we had um our enemies literally covered 3/4 of Kingsland at that point. So they really were
Hmm.
like all against us. So to think we held it for as long as we did, I mean, very, very proud of the kingdom and how they fought there.
Yeah, I think if we had a little bit more TP space, it could have made a little bit of a difference. But I think with as much activity as they had online, we were going 6v3. I think at some points. No disrespect to any of our allies or campmates or anything like that, but in terms of just numbers on the field, I think 2774 and 3208/3289 kind of matched one of their camps, and then
Hmm.
it was us versus the other 3 kingdoms. So you know, it was working uphill a lot of the time whenever they had their peak activity, and it sucks that Zig just so happened to kind of match their peak time. But it was a banger KVK. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I guess some people in the community are like, well, you guys, just because you got Zig doesn't mean you won, and it's like, well, I mean, I'd rather have this KVK than 90% of the KVKs that are out there where their King's Land lasts 2 to 3 hours, and then they have to wait another month for their next you know 2 hour KL.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've been really 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 blessed with two really really fun KVKs in a row. I'm hoping for another fun KVK, but not one where I have to empty my speeds and power again. It gets
Well,
exhausting.
we can talk about that later, but yeah, I agree. It was definitely one to remember. I hope everyone enjoyed it. The Jovi, yeah, the towers by the Zig were insane. I don't think I've ever seen any as many towers as that. I think there was like at least 50 of them that just if you got close to it, you were just getting smashed. But considering, yeah, the numbers are up against, and they were good kingdoms, like with some really good players in them. Like all respect to our enemies that we fought, 1981, 1032, 1568, and all the others. Um, like real respect to them. They showed up and they did well. They did what they had to. Um, but thinking, Ritz, before we move on to our amazing migrants, thinking back to that moment where things started to boil beneath the surface with our enemies, with fire camp and with wind. It's hard to know where to start, but
Yeah.
give people a lowdown. What happens because you're you're the name that everyone's referring to when it comes to 606 ending with the zig. So
Yeah, and like I'm not gonna use names or anything like that. Like I don't want anybody to like, watch this back and be like, oh, well, it was his fault. It was his fault. Like there's nobody's. It was both sides' fault. Both sides had kind of an ego battle, and both had a very clear claim for the zig. It basically started with like one group would message me, and then the other group would message me, and then they would kind of go ghost. So then they would message you, but you're traveling. So then you added me to all these chats, and you're like, dude, please, I can't handle this right now. Like, I'm I'm traveling, man. I was like, okay, whatever, fine. We'll see what's going on. So it kind of happened to be like, one side would message me one offer, the other side would message me an offer. I would take it back to council. I'd be like, hey, this is what's on the table. Should we take it? And they're like, no, we either get zig or we're sitting right here in zone 4 watching the drama. I would rather be out of it if we're not going to get zig. We're not taking anybody's side unless we get zig. So things kept going, things kept progressing, and the 1981 side, I think, started to kind of feel the pressure. They tried to get the 2774 camp involved. The passes got forwarded so that 2774 would never have a chance to get into Kingsland before Zig closed again. And at that point, that's when 1981's camp 1032 came to us, and they were like, okay, like, we'll give you Zig. It really, like, it hurts that we're having to offer this to you. But, like, I was like, it is what it is, guys. Like, listen, if it was just me making this decision, we would have jumped in way earlier. But, such is life. Our council wants Zig or nothing, and we ended up getting the Zig out of it. So I think there's a lot more like details I'm probably missing out on here and there, but it was, I kind of got the glory for it because I was the one talking to everybody. But at the end of the day, it goes to 1606's council being the reason that we would have got Zig. If it wasn't for them being so headstrong on like it's Zig or nothing, we wouldn't have got Zig. So
yeah, I think that's a really good point you make. Of course, you did incredible work when talking to the other kingdoms, but I remember the likes of Maximus, the likes of Sarah, Duffy, the whole gang. They just, like you said, very headstrong, not giving in at all. And all due respect, I mean, it was the right decision. Just going to address some of the chat. I think we missed quite a few messages, so I'm going to scroll back so I don't miss anyone. Where have I got up to? I mean, this is incredible. Everyone, for those that don't know Trevelyan, Trev, he came with me to 1606 years ago. I think January 2021 was when we arrived in 606. Trev was there, and Trev was one of the best fighters I've seen in Rock, and he would rally non-stop. He would fight non-stop. He was an absolute champion. So Trev, I'm so grateful to see you here. Miss you in the game. Wish you were still around. Funnily enough, Trev, your account is still around in 606. It never migrated out. The other owner is still there. So that's great to be able to keep your account there. But so good to see you. What else have we had? Supra calling Aldros the worst pilot ever. Lovely. Prince, welcome, Prince 606. We have the Prince and the King of 606 here, Prince and Paulie. Trauma's arrived. Welcome, Trauma. Maybe Trauma's finished dealing with everyone on the vote, the breakfast thing going on. Someone dropped some gifted. There's no memberships yet, Chan. I'm still too much of a noob. I need to get a few more watch hours before I can get memberships. So yeah, unfortunately I don't get that just yet. But if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. I have got a donation link pinned, which I have to keep there just until I get the memberships sorted. So hang in there. Hopefully soon we can get it underway on the channel. Trauma never finished. Who's winning right now in the vote? I didn't see. I hope it's full English. That should be the winner. Have you voted, Ritz, on the breakfast vote?
I need to go look.
It's I think it's like Eggs Benedict versus Food English. but we know full
Oh,
English
of
is the
course
one
it
to
does.
have. And we have almost 60 viewers here. Amazing. Thank you and welcome, everyone. Cool. So that was a nice little recap over Ritz's past kingdoms, the KVKs, thinking about our last KVK, which was full of drama. For everyone that was there, I hope you did enjoy it. If you didn't play it, I hope you enjoyed watching it, because I saw some of the streams and it was mental. FLX is 10-9 for English. Oh, brilliant. Oh no, Aponi is going to start. Akina buying votes with his stream. No, not at all. Okay, so the purpose of this stream, apart from talking about KVKs and what our plans are for the future, is to take a look at some of our migration. Now, we currently have 2 people out of Alliance, I think, but we've become 16 billion, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, is the highest ever in 1606 for 155 members. So amazing, shows the growth that we've had, and it's something I know I'm very proud of, and I'm sure Ritz is as well. But we want to take a look at our migrants, and it's going to do it in whoever's online first, and then we'll go down and we'll give everyone the spotlight that they deserve. We'll talk about each person. So let's get going, and we can start with Akin, who is in the stream. So Akin, welcome. Here is his profile. Yeah, Ritz, do you want to start us off talking about Akin and his account?
Yeah, so I didn't know Akin that well. I know he's a 3606 guy. Sadly, I didn't really, get involved in 3606. But from what I understand, the dude's a beast. Was doing a lot of things that, your normal player isn't going to do to ensure the 3606 did well. I think he was like getting onto other people's farm accounts and constantly playing those farm accounts to continue filling his own rallies. The dude's a beast, and I think with the account that he has here in 1606, he's going to do great things. I love his album. The album, whenever I first saw it on Oppo stream, made me laugh a lot. Whenever it's like,
that's great.
Kills, it wasn't me.
I'm just as disgusted.
What
are they?
It's like 161 mil or something. Yeah, he's gonna be a beast, man. I'm really excited.
Yeah, agreed completely. I got to know him a bit talking to him on Discord, and yeah, he seems like a top guy and really into the game. Crazy active for managing 2 accounts, and it's funny. He's got a great account in 606, but yeah, those T1 kills. I don't know. I wish there was a way to delete them, but that picture is golden. So yeah, welcome to 1606. Very happy to have you here. And we've also got Dav in the chat now. Welcome, Dav. Fresh off his brand new rock tool that he made for the community. Amazing to have you in here, man. And thank you again for that tool you made. And Aloha is here. Aloha's watching me stream off his account. Welcome, Aloha. I am fighting in Kingsland right now. How can you fight in Kingsland and be in stream? I mean, thank you for being here, mate. Okay, on to Suki, and I have to apologize again to Suki, because I think it was 2 nights ago I was beating her in Canyon on stream. So yeah, apologies for that. But Suki, you know her, it's from 2973 and that group. Yeah, so
she's a beast. She's got an insane archer set. I'm gonna bring our archers back up to the top. Really, really good fighter. 2973 were our allies before, and names that I would constantly see over there are the people who came over here. Whether it was Suki, whether it was Sokka, Gorilla, and Yoda. So I'm really excited to have Suki here. Whenever Gorilla said that it would be those 4 coming, I got super hyped. So I'm excited to see what her Cho does, and what her what her archer rallies are going to be looking like. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing kill statistics, and you can see 140 million. Hopefully we can get her some more autarchs. Clearly a fighter. I mean, really, really solid account, and like you mentioned, she's come with a really great group, and we're going to be covering that group in this stream. Murph said show her archer gear. Can she send it to me in game and then I can check it out? I don't know if she's in the stream or someone can log into her account. Who else have we got? We got Petit Louise here. Welcome. Moby, welcome. No shame in the T1 game. Rewards are rewards. Yeah, trauma. Very true. Very true. Matrim Davarina. All the memories are coming back. So happy to see so many both past and present 606 players here and others from around the rock community. Jovi, Suki, Big Bully. Oh. Okay, moving on to the next one, Thomas the Train. And if you've noticed, the first three all SVIP with the backdrop on their profile. So Thomas the Train with a very interesting image. We have 144 million power, which very, very high, and he recently got his Hall of Heroes back, so I think before his KVK he must have been like significantly higher than that to be able to jump up to that immediately.
Oh, yeah, dude. Check his odd arc. It's insane, dude. He has 15 million dead. He had 15 million dead last KVK.
Oh geez, 15 million. Damn, yep. That's impressive. So yeah, Thomas the Train, very happy for him to be joining. 176 million kills is insane. And yeah, the most units lost, 15 million. It's got to be one of the highest in the kingdom for sure. I haven't checked personally,
so. But I think it'd be right up there with I think right now for most lost it'd be like him, Dale, Quacks, and Itachi on their arc for most lost.
Quacks and Itachi. We're gonna get to those two. But yeah, 15 million, incredible. Welcome, Thomas. Welcome Viscara to the stream. I am dying in Kingsland. Damn, it's gone from I am fighting in Kingsland to I am dying in Kingsland. 12:35 fighting in Kingsland right now as well. Fighting there and watching. Oh, thank you, Max. Thank you for being here. I didn't know you still had a count in 12:35. Dying in Kingsland, wasn't that the fun part in KVK? Yeah, Clay never had any issues in killing her troops off. That's for sure. Okay, I cannot pronounce this next name. I'm not going to try. But
yeah, I forgot what his name was when he applied. I was trying to look that up, but yeah, no, he's a beast. I forgot which kingdom he came from, but
wow, very nice stats.
Yeah, it's just another one of those where it's like insane stats, insane dead odd arc, SVIP. Just overall, like I keep looking at players over and over and over again that we ended up bringing in, and it makes me really, really excited because it's one thing to get a really good group like Gorilla's group or the 3208 guys, but even more than that, like all of our individual migrants who came here all on their own are great great stats, have great odd arcs, have great recent KVKs, perform at what their power level would say, and are people who could legit come here and be a top 10 performer in the kingdom and are competing with other new migrants to potentially be in that spot. So I'm really looking forward to it. Pangy, that's who it is, Pangy.
Raven, stop spamming the chat. Even Aloha's writing his name as if Aloha knew. Pangy. There is no way Aloha knew who this was. I feel like I need to assign moderators. I would have assigned Raven, but I feel like Raven's the one spamming, so I can't assign her. I don't know who I should make a moderator. Then someone can. Maybe I should make Murph. Murph would ban Raven instantly. Thank you, everyone. Yes, it is Pengy. Thank you for reminding us.
I think his name's Pengy. Something
is it?
Telling me that.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm glad Trauma said I want to say his name is Pengy. So at least we know. Honestly, his name depends on what his preferred breakfast food is. Hey, Raising, welcome, mate. One of those names for sure. I think everyone across the rock community now knows who this guy's name is.
Yep.
But yeah, honestly, when you look at this stat and you see 5 million dead, 5 million dead is quality. It's not many people in the game can get that. You need to have a significant amount of power to be able to get 5 million. I feel like they need to give more attention to the amount of deads people are getting, because it seems like most units killed is given so much spotlight at the top, and like people often don't see the most units lost because they think about their trades and their KP. So yeah, it's kind of interesting why Lilith decided to display it in this way.
I would even like it where, how you have like the little like Gathering of Talents or, you know, like Special Snowflake, I'd like it if on your autark thing you could change the specific things that like you have displayed.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have like your most units killed, most units lost, and then like times named autark or whatever. Like you could choose what your 3 highlights are, and then like the other 2 would go down in like the other statistics or whatever. Because like for me, like the things I'm most proud of like isn't necessarily like that I have 4, and I've participated in kvk 4 times as well. It's that I have like 9 million dead. So I would like that to be like kind of the bolded up top thing that people see first whenever they look at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just a little bit of like customation from Lilith. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. It's a nice idea, actually. Maybe we should float it to them and see what they think.
They'll just send me back a cat gift, man.
I got sent one the other day.
I think Lilith is so tired of me.
Yeah, I don't know what I was messaging them, but then out of nowhere I said thanks, and yeah, out came the cat gif.
It's like the cat with like a flower in its hand, or it's like just a random cat gif where it's like coming up and kissing the camera.
Yeah. Trauma, by the way, I made you moderator. Ara, I made you moderator. Murph, I can make you one as well. Thank you all. How many mains in 606 now? Good question. I'm pretty sure it's 100. It's 148, 149 maybe. I'm not sure if we hit, or maybe we've hit 150. I think Eileen can answer that one better. Eileen's in the chat, so Eileen, maybe if you know. No more forms for now. Oh, Mogdi's here. Welcome, Mogdi. Hey, Raven, keep an eye on Discord, please. Everyone is here. Great, now I have to behave. Yeah, exactly. Hang on, let me just make Murph moderator. Hopefully, there's no abuse of power here. I'm farm. Who would make Trauma mod? Worst decision ever. Careful, Eileen. Now Trauma can time you out. That should never be said. Okay. So moving on, we have, and I hope this list doesn't change while we're looking at it so we don't miss anyone. But we have Zaka next, and I mean, you can just see straight away the KP is incredible, 31 billion. I'm not sure how high he is in the overall list. I think he might be top 5 for sure, but over 1.2 trillion T5 kills is crazy.
He is number 3 right now.
Number 3, okay. We can also take a look and just see individual kills. So yeah, Zaka number 3. Crazy. And going back to his profile, you can see 212 million units killed and then 113 million units healed as well. So incredible ratio, and another quality player that's joined 606. Trauma time to go rogue. Zed, we can talk about that later. Did he just refer to Eileen as he? No, I don't think I did. Oh, Matrim, as if you haven't given me enough. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it and miss you in the game. Oh, man, it's so nice seeing old 606 players here. I don't care. I can time him out in Discord. What is what? Oh, okay. Eileen's getting a bit. God damn, we have 90 now after our purge. Yeah, Jovi, I saw you're going to be registering next pop-up, if that's right. On the third, yeah. So maybe we could meet in KVK. Okay, we don't want we don't want a Mogdi Raven fight in the chat here, but we can keep going. Let's go back to the screen. So I think all of those players so far that we looked at were all SVIP. Yeah, so that's 5 out of 5 so far. And then VN Mafia doesn't look like it, but again, you don't really know if they've got the profile on or not. A really top profile again. 124 million power, 21 billion KP. I know it's a little bit slow for you, Ritz. I hope you've got the device up for your screen so you can see too. Okay, amazing. Really solid kills. And then you look at the ratio. How do you even get that? 243 million units killed is insane. 5 million dead again, and 74 million healed. So really, really quality on the field. And yeah, definitely takes a lot of dead as well, which is great to see. Raven, your name becomes blue. Everyone's still talking about moderating. Um, and yeah, you can see from his profile, I mean, crazy resource assistance.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, dead 53 million quality.
He's
So,
also, I mean, I think the thing that's also cool is he's a Vietnamese player as well. So it gives us more coverage for what's kind of been that weird like 3 or 4 hour period between like when a lot of our U.S. players go to sleep and a lot of our EU players wake up. So it gives
mhm,
us more like mesh in that area for like the quote unquote night crew,
mhm.
to have more players. We had the Koreans last time around, and I think we brought in a few more late night U.S. players along with a couple of Asian players as well. So that'd be really, really good for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 606 in general in our past has been very EU US heavy. I think everyone has known that across the community, but it's so great to see our Asian presence also picking up with, like you say, the Koreans, the Vietnamese. Um, we really want to be a truly international kingdom, and yeah, and he's definitely a great pickup there. Cool. Moving on to Slayer. Now, this guy's profile, you may see it straight away and be like, okay, 7.8 billion, not as high as the others, but when you see his account age and to think he's got 7.8 billion already with that account age is incredible. And it gets better. When you see his autark, I mean, that's just incredible. Incredible. Ritz, I know you've spoken to Slayer a bit. He's part of the YN crew. Did you
Yep.
see his performance last KVK?
Yeah, last KV that his recent honor arc is from last KVK, and yeah, I think some people who fought him last KVK were a little bit salty here and there, and they were like, oh, he fights like this and da 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 da. It's like, dude, I don't care how somebody fights if they're pulling up 200 million kills in a KVK like last KVK, where it's constant fighting at the gates. You like once you're going, you can keep on going. 200 mil kills is immense, and it's not like he was getting LC trades the entire time. Um, his trades are just under 2 to 1. So a lot of times he's probably sitting there fighting on the field. I know for a fact I saw him whenever they dropped that fort on them. I know
Hmm.
for a fact I saw him out there with Quacks and Itachi and those guys. So I mean, people can say whatever they want. I think that Slayer's a super, super quality player. I think he's great. And any player, in this game who can pull up with 200 million kills with that young of an account ID is a really, really great player and a really, really great addition to the kingdom.
Absolutely, yeah. Slayer's already contributed a lot to the kingdom, getting involved in discussions. Very, very smart. A very smart player if you haven't spoken to him. And if any of you have seen his siege, wow. I mean, it's almost multiple iconic tiers on his siege, all special talented. You really don't want to get hit by that. And one of the best albums as well in 606 with the six there. And he's just mixing it up with that bottom middle one. Yeah, Dav, I know, man. It's crazy. You know what we were like back in the day, so it's very humbling to see so many incredible players in 606. Can we take a 20-minute break? I'm hungry. You can go get your food and come back, Raven. Um, what else been said? Yeah, Father Slayer. Cool. Let's move on to the next one. Rumham Dan. So Dan is I think he's a former 1429 player that he stopped playing for a little bit, and he's since come back to the game. He came back right around, I think before the commander swaps happened, and he got all the latest commanders. He got, I think, Arthur. I think he got Ragnar. I think, not 100%, but he's up to date with his commanders. He has a history of performing in KVK. You can see with 113 million kills. So even though his stats don't show it on the surface, considering he's been out the game and then he drops 113 million kills, he's a quality player.
Yep.
So happy to have Dan in the kingdom. Welcome, Dan.
And there could always be like the comments from people sometimes where it's like, well, he's been gone for so long, what would his commanders be like? And like you said,
Mm-hmm.
luckily Commander Swap came out right around the time that he started to return, and he's right back in the game. You can immediately get Arthur, which is a meta commander. You can immediately get Ragnar, which is a meta commander, or whoever he wanted to choose. You know, you can immediately upgrade all your sets, and I think that was quality for a lot of people who, you know, might be returning now that the game's, you know, livelihood is starting to return. A lot of the quality of life updates have happened, so you know, I think it's really really quality.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they did that at the right time because um, I think there's been a quite a big increase in the number of players that have returned to the game. Maybe they saw a Facebook post or an Instagram post about these commander swaps and were like, "Hang on, that's a really good idea. I could come back
Hmm.
and not have to drop 1,400 gold heads on commanders to catch up." Um,
Yep.
so yeah, great deads for the power. Um, yeah, I mean, 5 million, 5.6 million deads is quality. So you can see he fights. Okay, on to Magnus, which is one of our more recent recruits. I think he came in the past week, if I'm not mistaken. It's hard to keep up, to be honest. The recruiting team were doing such an incredible job. So thank you, everyone that's in the recruiting team that's in this chat. So this is Magnus, 95 million power, 15.5 billion KP, and incredible amount of T5 kills. Very, very solid fighter. We look at his Autark, and you can see just under the 100 million for most units killed. So, I mean, anyone getting that definitely has great value on the field there. So, quality account. Let's see what are they saying? Great deads, yeah. Ritz, so you're saying it's perfect time for me to retire?
I think it's the perfect time for people to come back to the game. To be honest, I think that the more quality of life updates that Wilf is putting out, the more incentive there is for people to continue playing this game. And like for me, I was kind of on that verge of like, you know, like the game's kind of losing its health, like things are not super fun. And then over these last two KVKs, you know, of course, like having amazing fights, like that's really really good. That's always going to have people sitting there like wanting to continue to play. Um, but then they start coming out with the quality of life over the last two KVKs. You start to see that like Imperium health in and of itself is starting to improve again. You know, before I think that you could say that, you know, there was 960, 2489, 1093, and then there's kind of everybody else sprinkled in there. And now there's 960 and 2377 at the top, which a lot of people might not like, but it's always been how the game is. You know, there's always been 2 or 3 or 4 kingdoms that are just kind of an upper echelon, and then there's everybody else who can kind of eventually challenge the throne. And now we have 960 and 2377 who are your kind of 1A, 1B. And then you have 365 who's really, really good. You have 2489 who, you know, yeah, they're down to 90 players, but they're still a very quality kingdom. Who has shown the ability to rebuild multiple times. That leadership team is a very quality leadership team who sticks together through thick and thin. You have 1875, who's very quality. They're up to 2 billion now. You have 1846, who's very good. You have 1093, who's always going to be a staple in the community. And the only kingdom left who's a true 2 alliance kingdom, who's very quality. And then you have us, who's sitting right there along with everybody else. Yeah, I think the game's in terms of health at its best point since like 1254 has fallen and those kingdoms have fallen. I think this game is bringing a lot of players back for that exact reason as well. So for anybody who's considering quitting, I personally wouldn't. I think these quality of life, you know, updates are going to continue to bring new players in, bring old players back, and you know, continue to, you know, improve the health of Imperium kingdoms overall.
Yeah. No, well said, Ritz. It's a great time in the game, and I think they also mentioned they were going to make some adjustments to some of the crystal tech, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was leaked from one of their recent in-person meetings. I don't exactly know what, but I heard it was mentioned, so who knows what they're going to do. Hopefully it's not in the direction of costing more. I mean, no one wants that, but I don't think it will be. I think it's in the opposite direction, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. And quick mention to Suki, welcome. So you're forgetting about 3060, 5 Alliance Kingdom. Who are 3060? Do you know them, Reds?
3060 is in that KVK against our pal Rick in 2885, and 3060 today in Kingsland, last I saw, could not get out of either of their Kingsland passes.
What?
Yeah, in the first like hour, I think 2885 had already built to 3060's pass
Okay,
and
let's
were
hope this.
rallying it.
Oh, look, Ritz is doing that thing again where you can't check the KVKs.
Yeah,
Okay,
man,
it's fine. It's
it
fine.
was, it's not even worth looking at, man. It was so bad. I saw somebody share it in a Lions chat, and I was like, I ought to just go look at it really quick. It's so bad.
So you're saying they literally didn't get into Kingsland?
Like, they bugged their close pass, and like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's quite possibly the worst Kingsland performance I've ever seen ever.
Oh my god.
You remember that 2K versus 606 KVK, like our allies underneath us.
Yeah.
The 3060's performance in Kingsland was worse than the allies on like the bottom right.
Oh goodness.
KVK.
And they have 5 alliances.
We're gonna come out and expose 1235, and then 1235 locked them in zone 5 in like 3 minutes.
Man, that's not good. And to be honest, the start to Kingsland, the intensity of that is, there's not really games that produce that, is there? When you need to get your territory built, it's so intense. Everyone is fighting, yet not everyone has a teleport spot. So, I mean, it is probably the most intense moment in Rock when you're fighting at war. But to not get out your pass to bug it, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But
It's
maybe
definitely
something
not good for
happened, we don't
3060.
know. Sorry, go on.
I said it's definitely not good for 3060.
No, of course not. We don't know what happened. Quickly check Discord DM. Hang on. Wow, they really do have 5 alliances. But they're all fairly like, yeah, okay. Seven alliances that are 7 billion power higher.
Yeah, I think in KVK when I checked their coalition, it was like 3 in the main coalition that were like 10 billion maybe.
Man, that's...
I mean, like they're massive for sure, but I mean, it'd be like having 5 alliances of PT.
God, okay, that is not good. Yeah, thank you, Max. Please drop a like and subscribe if you haven't yet to the channel. Really appreciate it. 2377 are here. Welcome, Killed. 3060 number 1. In KVK, we poached all of 3060's players. Now we are CC'd and they are unable to get into Kingsland. Almost as bad as each other. Man, I haven't heard of 3060. It's really difficult to keep up with all the kingdoms in the game now. Before, you'd know everyone that's coming up. You'd know all the top kingdoms. But now, I mean, 3060, there's kingdoms even younger than that are trying to become the next big Rise of Kingdoms kingdom. So it's really difficult to keep up with all of them.
Yep. I forgot who it is that's supposed to be the next like up and coming like 3K KD. I think there's one out there that everybody's kind of raving about that is going to be, the next one to be super, super good. So, who knows?
There was an Imperium that looked quite good. I can't remember what they were. It might have been a 2000 something kingdom.
I know 2748 looks pretty good also.
2748. That's the...
I think they won OL last.
Yeah,
last
they
cycle.
did. That was them. Yeah, they look very solid. What was the EA kingdom? EA kingdom
31,
is
3159.
Yeah, 3159. That's that. Have they died now? I know they lost Genie after that KVK.
I think they did, yeah.
Damn, that's a shame. They were good. I like Zooted. He voted for Shakshuka. Well, speaking of Zooted is our next new member of 606 that has joined. So 96 million power, 10 billion KP. And then look at his last KVK. Now, some people see this and they're like, well, it's negative. But you know what Zooted does? We can call Zooted a tank because he's going to go in there and he's going to fight and he's not going to care about trades. And some of these players are absolutely invaluable because I'm not saying it's bad if you have a positive KD. Absolutely not. But this just shows that you go in there and you're not afraid to take the hits. you tank for the kingdom, tank for some of the people that don't, or that hit. Maybe how do I word this? You tank for people that aren't going in as much and are able to do a lot of damage from the outside. So respect to him for doing this.
Yeah, I think there's a special place for people like that. I don't think that every single player's play style is the same. And whenever you look at like 3208 last KVK, especially their stats, it was Zooted, Slayer, Quack, Satachi, and Talaxi, and the five of them kind of carried everything there, had to all fight together there, and because of that, your stats are going to look a little bit low on the healed versus killed side. I mean, whenever I look at like my odd arc, for example, I traded just around 2 to 1, but a lot of times I was sitting there face tanking, and people doing that ensures that other people can take good trades. If trades meant you were a good or bad player, then Itachi's a bad player, and I think that'd be very, very silly to say. Some people like sitting in the front and making sure that our murder ball is consistently winning, and some people like hit and running. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Everyone plays their part in the kingdom, and you can clearly tell Zoot is a real team player there.
Yep. And what Sherry just said in chat is 100%. Some people need to, and so other people can KP farm.
Yeah.
If you don't have your tanks, some people aren't going to be able to sit there and, hit and run. So,
It's very true. Welcome, Cherry, by the way, from 1093. Happy to have you here. Tanks are needed. I came to 2489 for this reason. Yeah, Jovi, I'm pretty sure you've got the whole alliance to be able to tank for you there. And then Raven's trying to promote her ARC team INX. Hey, no disrespect to the ARC team. And then we move on to Baby Yoda, who is another very, very young account. If you look at the ID, exceptionally young account. And I was talking to him actually about Orleans and that KVK mode, because it's very driven on the amount of support skills that you have to be able to put onto your commanders. And Yoda was like, yeah, I don't really have as many as others would. And it's very understandable when you look at his account age. But very good stats nonetheless, considering how young his account is.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is for me with Yoda too is it's like you look at like Suki, Zaka, and Gerbilla, who we all got, who are the three of them are 200 mil kill or more players, and then they bring Yoda with them, and people kind of look at Yoda and it's like, oh well, he's smaller than them. But then you look at his odd arcs. 80 million kills is no joke. He's got an incredibly young account. Who's a fighter. He's shown many, many different times that he's willing to help out in different facets of the kingdom. And I'm really happy for his addition. I think he's a nice guy, even whenever he picks on me because I'm alone in VC. So.
Yeah, I mean, Yoda's great, and he's very active on his farms as well, which is amazing. I see him preparing well for KVK, which is always quality to see. What did I miss? I'm excited to see Future 606. Thank you, Killed. Appreciate that. Who's your friend that migrated her? And Cherry, yeah, thank you. We're excited for next KVK. Do you think you guys are going to get a match? It's quite funny seeing two. Well, we have 93 and 2377 here when you guys registered together. I think you find out reset, don't you, if you've got a match. Yoda always kept the vibes good in 2973. That's what we like to hear. Wish I can. Murph, I might be trying to time my hit name. Okay, Raven. Kumquat. Oh yeah, Kumquat. I mean, very, very smart player. We'll cover him soon. Who is? Oh, Ritz. Look who's next. The man himself. I still remember Ritz when you told me about Itachi. I was like, nah, no, not happening. I don't believe he'll come. And I know at this point I think you'd already had the yes from Quacks, and we were waiting to see what Itachi was going to do. I don't know if you want to talk a bit more about this.
Yeah, so as Kingsland winded down, Quacks reached out to me and he goes, hey, can we talk? And I was like,
it's so intense.
I was like, yeah, man, what's up? And he's like, not Kingsland related. And I was like, Okay, well, I wonder where this is going. This could go a number of different ways. So I'm quite curious. And he said like, you know, I'm kind of interested in coming. Is that something you guys would also be interested in? Which, of course, it is. Quax is an exceptional player. And we just kind of talked from there. He said what his group would be, and at the time, it it didn't include Itachi. So I was just kind of like, whatever, like that sucks. So, talking to Quacks back and forth after that, it was like, yeah, Itachi was going to come here, and then, he decided to go somewhere else. And I was like, oh, man, that really sucks. Like, dang it. I kind of got my hopes up that maybe he'd, like, be a late tag in or whatever. And then next thing I know, Quacks and Zoot had hit me up, and they're like, hey, I think Itachi wants to come. And that's when I messaged you guys, and I was like, hey, so, like, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but, like, he might be coming. And everybody was like, yeah, right, what? That's probably not going to happen, but, thanks for the heads up, I guess. And then next thing you know, Itachi messages me, and he's like, hey, is it so cool if I come? And, I was like, what am I going to say? No. So, yeah, he joins the migration Discord, applies, and I think it was like an instant accept as soon as we saw his application. So that was sick, man. I was really excited about that. Itachi and Quacks are both exceptional players, and their group as a whole are just exceptional. So, getting players of that stature from KVK really helped us, kind of start the momentum going immediately for our off season. As soon as people see players like that joining us, they know that, our kingdom's still healthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our migration's still going strong. Our best players are still staying, and it was a really, like I think everybody has a little bit of that fear that like if you lose a KVK, you might lose some people, and whenever we started getting these migrants, that fear immediately went away, and I was like, oh no, we're gonna be fine. We might leave this KVK better than we entered. This is really cool.
Yeah, and I think it's a really good point, and I think the majority know that our past two KVKs. I mean, obviously last KVK we ended with the Zig, but the KVK before that, yeah, we didn't come out on top versus 365, 1903, and oh god, the Unga Bunga group are gonna kill me for forgetting the kingdom. Is it 2350?
2396.
Is it 2396? 2396. That's it. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, at least from my perspective, I didn't have a shadow of a doubt that the kingdom would be in trouble. I think I don't know, like I think as Cherry said, and thank you Cherry for that comment, the community is incredible. Like the amount of top people, and I don't just mean fighters, I mean human beings in our kingdom is phenomenal. Like I feel so lucky to be in the position I'm in to have such exceptional people to be playing this game with, and they make it a pleasure to be able to lead in this kingdom. And yeah, I think just being able to show people across the rock community how exceptional the community in 606 is, I wish they could all experience it too, because yeah, I am very, very proud. And talking about some exceptional people, I want to give some more spotlight to some of the other recruiters that may not get the attention that they deserve, and the amount of time these guys spend spamming every kingdom, just trying to get people interested, raise the awareness of 606. So the likes of Icefire, who is phenomenal. We have Zemon as well, who's incredible. We have Rudy, Pengu, Forks has done great. Quacks has recently just joined the recruiting team, has made an instant impact, so thank you so much. Sang from the Korean group has done amazing, trying to recruit more Asians. Sina again is another one that has put in so much effort into recruiting others, and you can see from the number that I mentioned, it's a real team effort. For some bigger kingdoms, there's just one person managing the whole of recruitment, which, no disrespect to them at all, it's an incredible job that they do. But to see this whole team come together, of course, with Eileen, with Pre leading the charge there for recruitment, and of course yourself, Ritz, that put the effort in. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate that. Quacks has a very unique strategy in recruitment. Yeah. I mean, he's sending those duck feet to people. He gets a response. Like, some people just get ignored, but Quacks no.
Yeah, he gets all the responses. People are like, "I'm actually interested in these duck feet. Let's see more."
Yeah.
Somehow it works. I'll message people and they'll just ignore me. No, he gets immediate responses every single time. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. And like I mentioned, the two that lead the recruiting charge overall is Eileen and Pri. Pri uses the Duffy account, so for those that don't know, they are listed on our profile. But we have Eileen here, who does an incredible job. Is always putting up votes. Is always messaging people. I don't know how she deals with messaging so many people. To be honest, she has incredible patience. And then where is Pri? He might be an R1 actually. Oh, don't need to reinforce. Is he an R1? Yeah, Puffy Duffy. I mean, incredible there. The two of them, exceptional. So I'm very proud to be able to say and introduce all of our new migrants, and I know you are as well, Ritz, but hats off to these two for, it's not just this off season, it's every single off season that they're doing this. So incredible.
Yep.
Killed.
Yeah, they've laid the foundation that allows our recruiters to, go so well. I mean, I think that if not for, Eileen coming and convincing the rest of the 1235 players to, call this place their home, and then, from there, if it's not for Duffy bringing in, friends of his from different kingdoms and whatnot, we wouldn't be where we are. So, if it's not for those two and all the work they put in previous, off seasons, we wouldn't be the kingdom that we were to attract the players that we have recently. And, that foundation is super, super important. And, I'm honored to, have them as a part of our recruitment team, leading it all. And like you said, all the other names, Icefire, Z-Mom, now we have Quacks, Senna, it's just every single person on that team puts a lot of time in, and it's not necessary. It's not asked. They just do it out of during their free time, and it's really, really appreciated. It's super nice.
Absolutely. And just touching upon Itachi, I know he needs no introduction. You can see how young his account is. This is his native account, I'm pretty sure. And I mean, talking about tanks, this guy, it doesn't get much better. I mean, 308 million healed, 271 killed, exceptional. And the deads, I mean, we don't need to say more. 37 million. Only a handful of people on Rise of Kingdoms can have that much. So, yeah, phenomenal. Welcome to Itachi. Very happy to have you here. And then going from one YN to another YN, Mr. Quacks, who was the star of the show last week. He's in the chat as well. Quacks, very, very happy to have you in the kingdom. It's an exceptional account. I mean, the deads also 30 million plus are crazy. And again, negative heals versus kills, which shows he goes in there and he tanks. He's not afraid to take negative trades. So those type of players are truly invaluable to a kingdom. And Ritz, I don't know if there's anything you wanted to say about our friend Quacks.
Yeah, I'm not trying to, simp for him or anything like that. But I mean, outside of his account, Quacks is just a super cool guy as well. We put a little bit of games, hopped on VC together here and there, and he's just chill dude. I really look forward to playing KVK with him and having him on VC. The more people we have like that, the better I think it is for the kingdom. And I think that I think we brought in a lot of players this recent this recent off season that are just really, really good for the community.
2 out of 6 Autarchs. Yeah, I know. We need to get him some more. Absolutely. And yeah, echo what you said, Ritz. He's definitely a top guy, and I'm amazed that so many of the 606 new members have come in and just got so embedded into the community straight away. You see him getting involved on Discord, having a laugh, and also going on VC. So yeah, it's amazing. Cool. So moving on, and now this is an incredible account, and some people may recognize it. I think I was out when I got told about this, and Murph is the one that broke the news to me. Well, I think he gave me maybe 20 minutes, if that, to respond. So I didn't get back to him in time. And next thing Murph does is he tells me, oh yeah, they've joined. I was like, oh okay. But yeah, this is Seb. Seb used to be in 606 actually. He went to another kingdom, took some time away, and then came back, and he got this account. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Godfather's account. Oh,
Yep.
Good Father, sorry. So for those that recall, the old 1556 Mega Whale. Um, I mean, there's not really much to say about the stats. It's an incredible, incredible account, and I'm very happy Seb was able to bring it here because Seb is someone that will use the account properly. He's not someone afraid to take dead, afraid to be on the field. He'll keep the account active. So very happy he's back. And yeah, looking forward to fighting alongside this account next KVK. Cool. On to the next one. So Starlight. Ritz, do you have anything you want to mention about Starlight?
I know she came together with, I think it was King Titan.
Yeah.
They applied as a duo. I think in their KVK, like all their auto art stats that are on their profile from the recent KVK, they weren't. Both of them took like 8, maybe 9 million dead.
Wow, yeah, 8.6.
Really, really, really good looking accounts. I want to say they came out of like a 2600 kingdom, something like that.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, they're both really, really quality players. I think they're players who are just starting to come into their own, where they have that one good KVK or 2 good KVKs, and it starts snowballing, and it becomes addictive to where it's like, well, every single KVK, I want to do this. I want to take that 8 million dead. I want to take that 2 billion KP, every single KVK. And I think we're getting Starlight and King Titan right when, they're kind of hitting that swing of like, no, we want to have like crazy KVK performances every single time. So I'm excited to have up here. They seem really nice. I always notice them, running forwards in the off season, so they have good activity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in KVK they're gonna step up huge and be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I echo your words there. 8.6 million dead is huge. And yeah, Gorilla, you make a good point actually that the top 10 autarks don't get seen on profile. It's a bit. I'm not really sure there about Lilith's decision to not include that. I feel like it definitely should be something included, because that's arguably more valuable than receiving a regular autark, in my opinion. To be top 10 in your KVK is exceptional. Welcome, Sugar. The account is so juiced. Yeah, I mean, oh god, how many speeds does it have? I think it's. Can you recall, Ritz, how much Seb's account has for speeds?
I think I had 6K days.
6K days.
Maybe 7K days. Hold
Yeah.
on.
So that he's not running out of
He said
speeds
it.
anytime soon.
He sent it like 2 days ago, I think.
But yeah, Starlight.
Yes.
Sorry, go on.
He has 6,500 unis and 2,500 training.
6,500. Wow. That's yeah, he can have a big next KVK. That's insane. But yeah, Starlight with King Titan. Welcome to both of them. 2 big spenders and very active, as you mentioned, Ritz. So moving on, next is King Titan. Funnily enough, this account used to be in 606. One of our so along with Trev, this guy used to be called Eduardo, and he
long sack.
yeah him. His account is great, a really strong infantry, and it was very sad to see Ed sell, but it's quite funny to see that King Titan has brought the account back, and he's had incredible KVKs with it. He's been look at those stats again, almost 9 million dead. The pair of them are great. So excited to fight alongside the account and to fight alongside Titan and Starlight together. Welcome, Car. When Baller Talk, Treff. I don't know, man. Baller Talk is never really the one, but you can promote your little system you've got going on later if you want to. But yeah, that's King Titan. Welcome, and another SVIP. I think Apocalypse did the count, but we can also keep track. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Zach is another one, so 5, and then I think Itachi 6, Quack 7. Seb 8, Starlight 9, Titan 10. So 10 so far at SVIP. And then we have Banks, who has only recently joined us. Matrim, I missed the mustache too. For those that don't know, that probably sounds a bit dodge. Eduardo Longsax had a guy with a mustache and it was very iconic. So he kept that profile picture the entire time, just for some context. So this is whose mustache. So this is Banks, and he is 140 million. But then you see instantly his ID. It's very low. It's very high. So his account is young. 5 million dead straight away, which is quality, and then 100 million T5 kills. So he's an account that's definitely going to put the investment in to get to the level it needs to. 50 million dead already. It's an account we're looking forward to seeing how it grows, how it develops in 606, how it handles the big fights, but it's one that we do believe in. We'll be able to do a lot of work. His profile picture was the best. Yeah, absolutely. I always remember him and Trev were like two iconic brothers. They were always fighting together, both so strong. So I miss both of them. Ritz has a nice mustache. Do you, Ritz?
No. No.
Right. The next one, I'm sure you want to take, Ritz. It's the man himself. It's Gorilla.
Oh yes, dude. I am so excited for you, man. Gorilla's just a beast, man. I mean, outside of piloting me, he was outstanding for me as a pilot. He's somebody who, I've talked to ever since our KVK where we were their allies. And we fought 2359.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, he's been really, really kind to me, gave me account advice, kind of roasted me here and there, and I'm really happy he's here. I think he's a great addition. I think he fits our community really well. I think he fits our play style really well. And he's just overall a really, really great dude. The things that he's already doing in terms of like warlords, of just bouncing ideas off of other people, sitting there with Max and the rest of our team and Arc, and just giving us drastic improvements already since he's been here. It's invaluable. It's not every day you get a migrant who's so willing to just kind of step up into positions like that and say, no, hey, I want to help improve this in any way that I can. Stats don't tell the whole story of Gorilla, and his stats are exceptional, but he's even more exceptional of a player than that. So I'm really, really looking forward to every single thing that we have coming, whether it's this upcoming OL season and work that our ARC teams have been putting in alongside Max, Gorilla, and everybody else who's putting in all the time, along with the KVK that we're going to be having coming up, where he's going to put up some absolutely nuts stats. So it's going to be sick.
Yeah, agreed. I don't really know what more I can add to that. Gorilla, Ritz is too nice. He's just given you a 2-minute monologue there about how incredibly excited he is to have you. So, yeah, absolutely agree. Look, you see his stats, 300 million kills, and that was in the KVK, the last one, right? Where I'm pretty sure he had to really, it wasn't easy to get kills in that KVK, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So, yeah, quality player. 300 million kills, anyone getting that is phenomenal. So very, very happy to have Gorilla. And as you mentioned, Gorilla doesn't bring just a fighting account. I mean, he's a great lead. I know he said to me very adamantly he has no intention to lead, which will not force him to, but just having that experience, having that type of player in the kingdom, I mean, you can't really buy that. It's exceptional. So welcome, Gorilla.
I also feel like it's one of those I will not do anything, similar to when I came here. I was like, oh man, I just need a little break. And then the day I land, I was immediately like, hey, how can I help? So
yeah, well, I mean, I hope so, but of course that's completely up to him. It's his choice.
Yep.
Jovi, tell me who you're talking about, by the way, in DM on Discord if you're able to. I'm kind of interested.
I think I know who.
Okay, he doesn't want to say, so just DM it if you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're also waiting to hear on him based on how diplomacy goes. or not diplomacy goes, but on how like some of the KVKs that are happening right now may
Okay.
or may not go.
Okay. Car, yep, the man himself, Gorilla. Hanzo agrees, yep, the real one. Icefire Welcome was just singing your praises for your work in recruitment, so happy you're in the stream. Gorilla is the GOAT, will roast your account, but also coach it up. I mean, that's the best of both, isn't it? He's going to... Okay. Let's keep going. How many more? Okay, we're about halfway, a bit over halfway. It goes to show again, there's so many quality players here. And Kumquat is another one. And Killed is mentioned Kumquat. This is a player who's come into the kingdom and straight away getting involved in such high level talks. Even I'm learning things from him just by the way he's speaking. So talking about like the nerdiest stuff possible about the game, but the way he communicates is so composed. He clearly knows his stuff, and I think he said before that he was a war lead and he helped coach accounts. So really top player, and excited to have him here. 150 million kills again, exceptional. And then KP 12 billion, very solid. 130 million power, 42 million dead. Great player, and I think you could all tell from how I was talking how excited I am to have him here, especially with the impact he's made straight away. I won't do anything. It's not convincing ability over Keen. I keep trying for Dav. I think Lau's actually trying more than I am, but I want Dav to return very bad. Even though he's rejected me multiple times. And then on to GG, and this one, it might be the surprise of this migration season because
100%. I had no idea.
I didn't have any idea. Like, I hadn't spoken to Gigi in a while because she went to a smaller kingdom to just kind of have a bit of chill time, and then she just messages out the blue, and then I was like, "Do you want to come to 606?" And she was like, "Yeah, I need a new kingdom," and then like it just went from there. And then suddenly, during Apocalypse's stream, because we were both watching the stream at the time, we said, "Oh, Gigi's moved over," and Apocalypse knows Gigi. I was like, "No way, that's just happened right now." And I remember Council were like, "Yeah, let her come, let her join," and yeah, very happy. I tried to recruit Chivi years ago, actually, after the 2268 KVK, and it's funny, Ritz, because we actually met her together at the same time, if you recall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was we were helping at that time because we were allies with 2268, and she had a strong account. She was garrisoning. She did say she doesn't want to do that much garrisoning here, so I mean, we have some incredible ones. Pardon?
We got Murph for that. We have Murph to be our trusty little garrison guy.
Murph and his 5 garrisons. It's probably more now, actually.
Yeah.
So welcome, Gigi. Very happy to have you here. 131 million kills, and this is an account that's primarily leading. Like, it's not really fighting on the field as much as others. So to think when it does get the license to field fight as much as she would want to, it's going to put up some serious numbers. And you can see the stats there. 52 million dead is crazy. So welcome, Gigi. Very happy you finally made the jump to 606. I will look like free to play. Dav, never. Look, see, Lau's already jumped straight in there. She's not having that. And then Rich, do you want to cover, is it Sep or Seppi?
I think it's Seppi, maybe?
I don't know.
So Seppi is a guy who quit the game for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
X2973, if I remember correctly. Friend of Box. And when he returned to the game, Box was just like, "Hey, I can vouch for this guy. He's a really good fighter. Here's his old here's his old stats from whenever he was in KVK with us." And it reminded me a lot of Ramahandan, where it's a player returning just around the right time with Commander Swap, who, whenever he was playing before, had really good KVK stats, who I think would be an exceptional ad here, it's not like he necessarily has to, um, step up and be a leader or anything like that. He can just sit on the field, slowly work on making his account better while putting up great KVK performances. And I'm really, really looking forward to playing with him, man. He seems to have a lot of promise. So
Need Spanish subs. Yeah, unfortunately, my Spanish is not good enough, and I don't know. Can you get subs on live streams? I'm not sure. If you can, I'm sorry I haven't got that set up, but I will try to. Um, but yeah, Ritz agreed with Seppi. He's gonna have to tell us how to pronounce his name properly. But yeah,
I feel like there's a lot of people in 606 like that.
very, very motivated player. So looking forward to fighting with him. Welcome. And then we have Sina, who's I think in the chat as well. What did Gorilla say? Only problem with GG is that we have Bacon as a fight. Bacon. I don't know. I don't know him much myself. I just saw a few of the antics he got up to in 2268. So Sina, welcome. He's also helped as part of the recruiting team. So to think two people have just joined the kingdom and straight into recruitment, it's amazing to see. 174 million kills, which is quality. Almost 4 million deads. Great account. Not really much more to say than that.
Yeah, I think he came from. So he knows a lot of players who I played with back in 2083 as well. He was in 2080, and like that's where 2080 is where Chad came from before he joined like 1254 and all those places. So if he's been playing with those guys for a long time, he's a quality fighter. Those guys are quality fighters as well. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what he can do here. His stats speak for themselves, so it'll be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Starlight, by the way. Nice to see you all. Oh, welcome, Starlight. We just spoke about your account. Welcome to 606 as well. And yeah, Sina, great account, very active. And like you said, Ritz knows lots of people. So excited to have him here. And then on to Boogie. And Boogie, oh, why is it doing that? Okay, so Boogie is another one that has actually recently joined the YN group. He wasn't YN before. He actually was in 1568, so one of the kingdoms that we fought last KVK. I think these autarch stats are from that KVK, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But yeah, 163 million kills. He definitely popped off last KVK. I remember looking at his account. I was like, okay, he's pretty active. But then I was really surprised by the end of it to see just how active he was, just how much he was fighting. And he's a Filipino as well. So, Kamusta Boogie, welcome to 1606. I always love having another Pinoy. And yeah, he's joined the YN group with Quacks, Itachi, and co. So there's another member of their gang that's here. So quick look at his stats. You can see quality autarch, very solid account, and you can see the helps, super active, which is great. On to Cal Stitch. Do you want to get this one, Ritz?
Yeah, so Stitch is a guy who I knew all 2K. From there, he was in like 2884, 3159 that we talked about previously. Really, really, really good arc player. Really, really good, if I remember correctly, archer player. And from our time together in, 2K, really, really just overall great person. I'm a huge fan of Stitch, and I think now that he is in more of a competitive kingdom, he's going to continue to improve his stats every single KVK. He's always been, one of those reliable guys who's going to take a lot of deads in KVKs. Always step up to whatever's expected of him. And just one of those people who you want to, if you're going to have to stay up all night, fighting, ruining your sleep schedule in KVK, you always know that you're going to have a guy like Stitch next to you who's going to joke with you all night and, make that staying up a lot easier. So, I'm really, really happy he's here. He's been a long time friend of, some guys like Tick and some others in the 2K group. So we're absolutely stoked to have him here. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, I remember playing with him. I think it was for the Grand Prix He wasn't in the same lane as me, but I know he was trusted as one of the garrison leads. So, I mean, to have that faith put in you for the Grand Prix, and I heard him communicating, which was great. His account looks very solid, and he's got very glowing reviews from people that know him. So, yeah, another one excited to fight alongside. Hey, yeah, exactly, Car. Big up to the Pinoy Mandem. Not enough of us out there. But I don't know if you know, a few of the streamers for Rise of Kingdoms are also Pinoy. We have, I think Ploto is, Redline, even though I know he's like half active on YouTube. Who else? There's one more. Oh, it's Shinji. He doesn't count. He's quit Rise of Kingdoms. We don't. He's different.
Come on, man. What do you mean?
He's not. No. We can move on.
Man. When are you gonna collab with Shinji, man?
Mate, Shinji's completely gone on to other games, I think. I looked at his channel earlier, and I don't think he's posted a rock video in over a year.
Dude, Shinji on our Alox Discord is top 3 most shocking Rise of Kingdoms moments for me.
Yeah, agreed. And we are not going to talk about that anymore because we will get demonetized straight away. Not that I'm monetized anyway, so...
what do you mean, man?
I'm still too...
Shinji said that he says it on his live streams all the time.
Well, yeah, we won't get into that.
Dude, what a guy.
The late night chatters is the best this game has to offer. Keeps mental up. Hey, nice one. And Shinji playing Uno. Oh, Jake the dog's here. Welcome, Jake. If you haven't subscribed to Jake's channel, please do subscribe to him. I'm sorry, I haven't set up any, like, I think streamers like share others link. I don't know how to do that yet. So, Jake, you can post your YouTube in the chat for people to subscribe to you. Thank you for being here. Cool. So,
dude, Jake was huge for us last KVK as well.
Yeah, he was.
Like if Jake was in 606, he would have been probably our most active member. Like I remember I would tune into his stream, and if he wasn't actually like playing for somebody, he would be like on their farm accounts, filling structures. It was crazy.
Man, do you know what happened? I think it was 2 days ago. I was messaging this random KVK, this random rally was going on. And I was like, can I have the report? Because I was streaming it. And then next thing I know, I get a message from the same account that says, yo, it's Jake. I was like, what? How is Jake on this account too? He must have piloted like a good number of 606 during our KVK. So respect to you, Jake, and thank you so much for giving your time up to help us. But that made me laugh for sure. Moving on, we have, is this the final member of YN? I think it is. Final member of YN, Talaxi. 101 million power, 8.7 billion KP, but you can see on his autark 115 million kills. So don't be deceived. This guy fights. He's a strong fighter, and he showed up last KVK. So that's the reason why we're happy to have him in 606 and another one of the YN group. And you've seen the entire YN group. All of them are fighters. All of them are very, very solid. So happy to have him. What's been said? Hey Paulie, Aki, Tala, the Dutch himself. You want to see Paulie tech pics? Not during stream. I'm okay.
We just have a constant live stream of how his tech's going.
Yeah, it should be. Paulie should do that. Just non-stop, never stops on Discord or YouTube. Hey sir, hey Junior Santos, welcome mate. I played KVK with you guys when I was in 3197. That KVK we played versus 1365, and what I can say to you, every one KVK 606 getting less number in allies. That's sad. Yeah, I know, man. That was a good KVK. We had a really good fight with Watercamp, and it's sad that we weren't able to pull off the win there. But you saw we didn't stop fighting. I think it was 2 or 3 days just on a small bit in Kingsland, just fighting there for our lives. And yeah, that mentality, we showed it in last KVK too. It's something that's come about from incredible recruitment and a real never say lose attitude. So yeah, pleasure to fight with you, and thank you for joining the stream. Why isn't Paulie max tech in off season? Oh, Max, I have no idea. You think he would be? Look, Ark. Paulie, I'm streaming, mate. Oh wait, is it on? It might actually be on here. Can I check? What is it? Team battle ends. Hope it doesn't bug. Hey, nice job. Is that Paulie's team? Yeah, it is. Seems like a nice easy win there. Good stuff. I think it was 4 a.m. when he asked you. Yeah, Carl, you remember well. I couldn't believe it when he was asking me that. We were about to go into the altar, and I was half asleep. I woke up just to fight, and then seeing Paulie's message in Alliance chat, Akid, do you want to see my tech? I was like, Paulie, I can barely see my screen. I don't want to see your tech. Why are you trying to show this to me? And since then, that screenshot has just become viral.
It's so funny.
And then, yeah, he's got his, for those that don't know, Paulie's got his own role on Discord. So whenever he has a tech update, he's pinging everyone with this role, say, look at my tech. And I don't know what people are supposed to say, like, oh, nice tech, mate, beast, really good tech. I would have no idea what to say. Yeah, now I'm happy. Okay, yeah, great job, Paulie. Really, really solid win. When are we going to join KVK? Starlight. Actually, I think, does it show? No, it doesn't show at the bottom. But I think we actually got an extra. Murph was saying this earlier. We might have got an extra skip. Not that we're going to take it, but technically that means we've skipped once, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
But it's either going to be the next one, so the 3rd of February, or the one after that, which is 17th. I'm not 100% sure yet. I feel like the 3rd is more likely, but we don't know exactly. So, Jovi, maybe we are meeting. Hey, Abu Jabara, welcome. Happy to see you again. I'm too new. I still haven't seen Paulie's tech. Oh, Quacks, you need to get yourself ready. Okay, some people have logged in since, so it's moved around. If we go to dark, do you want to take this one, Ritz? You might have to scroll up a bit while it loads on the screen.
Wait, which one is it? Sorry.
Mad Dark.
Oh, yeah. So I forget where he came from. He came with Tebs, I believe. Really good fighter. I think his odd arc is from his most recent KVK. I want to say he came from. Oh, Jesus.
No, it's ringing a bell as well where he came from, and I'm having a mind blank.
It's a fairly well-known kingdom. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's gonna kill me that I can't remember. It's a younger kingdom though. That was supposed to be really good.
It's a very young account when you look at the ID.
Oh man, I cannot remember for the life of me where Dart came from. But yeah, no, he's a really, really good player. One of those again. I mean, it's. You look at these young accounts; they have the lower KP, but they're super young accounts. And then you check their odd arcs, which are their most recent KVKs, and they're starting to finally come into their own, where it's like, boom, I'm having really, really good stats. And from here on, every single KVK for them is just going to continue to improve that and improve that and improve that. So I think Dark's going to be a really, really good addition. In his profile, you can see his stats from different KVKs. That's what it was, 2975.
Oh, yeah. They were a good fighting kingdom. They fought 1875, didn't they, last KVK?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, his most recent stats come from there. I think he's a top tier player. Came into the that KVK and just balled out, really. I mean, super young account doing something like that against 1875 is no scoff. 1875 is a quality kingdom with a lot of really, really, really strong accounts. I remember fighting them, gosh, it's been a while now, but fighting them was not the most fun. They have a lot of really, really powerful accounts that really, really hurt whenever you're fighting them. So I'm excited for everything that he can do. I
Yeah.
don't think he came with Tebs. I think I'm thinking of Pac.
Yeah, you are thinking of
Came
them.
with
We haven't got
Tebs.
those two yet.
And I think they came from like 2934. Now that I saw the 29. But yeah. No, I think Dark's gonna be sick, man. I think he's another one of those players who's a really, really, really good addition for the kingdom. And someone who's just now starting to come into their own. They're in a comfortable kingdom where they have a lot of like-minded players,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just put in a position where they can succeed without having the stress of like, well, I have to tank for everybody. I have to, also make sure I rally or garrison lead. So, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Dart can do.
Yeah, well said, Ritz. So what I said, then you will get in 17. We're not sure. It's going to be either third or 17, roughly. I don't think, well, at least personally, going any further than that is manageable. That's a bit too long of a break. The kingdom's already getting a bit restless. I think a lot want to fight. So it's going to be either next pop or the one after. I'm quite surprised 606 King is gentleman. I'm not sure if that means gentleman in its actual meaning or a man, because I think when I fought 2K, people read the name Akina and they thought it's female because it ends in an A. But yeah, I am very much I'm very much male. Dino, welcome. What stories will be available to us on the Feb 3 pop-up? So if we go back, sorry Carl, I just saw your message. So the two available are Nile and Orleans. Orleans, I think we could make an incredible map if we went for that. 6 kingdoms, and there are some really top kingdoms in the pool. As Rit said earlier, it's a good number of the top 15 kingdoms in Rise of Kingdoms that will be there, that can register. Sorry, not guaranteed to register. So let's wait and see. In 3 hours, we know if 2377 and 1093 has a match. Maybe they'll end up there. For me personally, I would hate that because I don't want the same account, or I don't want two accounts in the same KVK. That's a nightmare. Okay, let's keep catching up with the chat. Oh yeah, some people were already mentioning it. Nice one. Akina Jewel Slayer's Siege. Where is his siege? Is it near me? Has he sent anything? No. Okay. You guys, next KVK going to be interesting. Welcome to Cardi. Happy you joined the stream. Yeah, it will be. I think a lot are going to have eyes on 606 after this migration. And I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be a great fight. Tala came from 3208. Correct. Junior Santos, he came with the YN group. Yeah, Abu Jabbar, it's difficult, isn't it, sometimes to see the actual age of an account. I think previously, if it had, is it 9 digits? I think it's 9. Then it's automatically considered young. But yeah, that's slightly not the case as much. I think Dark Account is still decent, and for its age is good. And I'm sure he'll show up in KVK after dropping 100 million plus KP. Or kills, sorry. They ruined King of the Nile over a year ago. I don't know if Nile's ever been good. I don't know. Has anyone played a good competitive Nile map? I don't think I've seen one. It's usually considered the map that people go to when they're having a recovery. Trauma, please let it be next pop. Home Kingdom is so bad. Trauma, you're not enjoying the high level resource nodes or the higher level forts. But
and the high level bars. Can't forget that.
Oh yeah, of course. But yeah, I feel your pain. You can only take so much of Home Kingdom before wanting to fight. Chat keeps going. Tala went in group. Praise went to... I know the title says you're talking about 1606, but I'll ask what you were wondering. How is 3606 doing? Dino, good question. Personally, I'm not involved in 3606 as much as I used to be. There are others that are more focused on 3606. From 606 leadership, I think there's only a few that are looking at it, but it's due to the changes Lilith made. It's made it so long before you could even migrate. I think many lost motivation. But there's some players in our kingdom, like Aken, like Stitch, like Sandrine, that still have accounts there. So I think it's still doing well, but I'm probably not the best person to answer that one. What else? We need that Delta versus Slayer. Are you sure? I'm not sure that's good. Well, actually, 1v1 Delta, it's not the best. I think it's more better for field fighting rather than 1v1s. But sure, I'll fight him if he comes to the city. Make him send his siege gear first, so the chat can see. If we don't offer Feb 3, hopefully we'll get siege 8 in 2.5 weeks' time. Yeah, Card, do you know what 960 are doing? Because last I heard they needed to wait until the 17th, if that's correct. Hello, which kingdom is your next target? We don't have a specific kingdom we're targeting. It's more just we want a good map. And because our last 2 KVKs were outnumbered, we kind of want. I know it's difficult because you can't really have 1v1s, but like we want a kingdom on a relatively similar level to us, or at least where it's not significantly outnumbered, because it's kind of annoying. Not complaining about our last KVKs, but we've just had that for the past 2, so it will be nice next time to just have 1.
I think it'd be really fun just to have, like, even if it's a KVK where like we don't even go in as like the strongest camp, just being able to like sit there and go into King's Land and be like, okay, well, we've had even fights against these guys all KVK. We're going to go in and it's going to be even again. You know, I think last KVK especially, it was one of those where it was like, this is really going to suck. We're going to have to fight 3 camps at the same time, and they have so many players that it's like, you know, it's just a lot to try to work back from. You know, being able to fight someone like 875, 846, 365 again, and just like a one-on-one, I think would be a lot of fun. You know, where we get to go in and just be even. I think that'd be so much fun.
Can't wait for us to ally 1076. If 606 can go into 2-3, can be a good KVK. Yeah, we think so. We need to wait and see what kingdoms register and who actually gets a match this pop-up. But yeah, we'll keep analysing and see what's going on. I mean, Killed, you may say that about 875, but 875, they've won pretty comfortably for the past, I think it's 2 KVKs. I'm not saying they didn't fight hard, they did, but they were just overpowering against their opposition. So I think they're definitely more equipped than we are. But if in a bigger map, yeah, for sure, I wouldn't be against fighting with them or against them. 365, yeah, again, they could be one that register as well. Man, I'd single-handedly wipe your kingdom. Interesting comment there still. Sofrito 93, 1093 first KVK after rearranged our kingdom. Let's go. Yeah, I think that'll be really exciting to watch. You all had to drop so much power, didn't you? And you're now down to 2 kingdoms, so 2 alliances, sorry. So for sure, 93 next KVK will be exciting. Ducati 7793, yep, they registered on the same story. Both of them went for Warriors Unbound. They find out in 3 hours if they have a match or not. If 606 shows good performance. I don't know, it's not about becoming a mega kingdom, is it? I think when you compare us to 2377, you compare us to 1960, we're not at that level, and that's not necessarily our goal. It's just we want to keep doing well, we want to keep showing up and fighting to our max capacity. Our community is incredibly important, so we want to protect that and keep showing up in KVK, and if growth happens, but it's not about becoming the number 1 kingdom. I think you've got to have all of the steps beforehand set up and in place, and then you just naturally become it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Okay, so moving back to the back to recent migration. Who are we on to? I think it's Mad Pock. So Mad Pock recently joined. He came as a pair with, was it Tebs, you say, Ritz?
Yep.
With Tebs, and they're from 2934. You can see 100 million power. 16 billion KP, and then 120 million most units killed. So very strong account that's jumped over, 40 million dead. Yeah, I think he's always at the top of Canyon, so he's got a strong account. And yeah, another one we're excited to fight with. Who have we got left? Is it just the two Ritz, Tebs and Ivy?
I think it's Tebs and Ivy is all that's left, I think.
Okay. So Tebs is the other one in the pair. You can see the account ID is fairly low on the younger side. He's another Filipino, so represent Filipinos there. And yeah, solid account, solid kills, very active. So another one that we are happy to have. What is YC? Ask Ritz. What happened to YV Ritz? Are they baiting you here?
No, I changed my name for a day. That's it. That's
all. Did you?
That's all. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, I didn't notice. Imagine a 2 Kingdom 93. Yeah, I mean, they've already got so many players, so we don't want to have 2 Kingdoms worth. We have a little over 3 trillion kills. That's impressive. What's the split between 93T and is it X, the second alliance?
Yeah, I think whenever I looked, I think T was 2 and X was like 1, maybe a little over 1, but
2 and 1. Okay.
93 is so like the fact that they've still been able to keep 2 alliances is insane.
Yeah, I mean, they're one of the best kingdoms of all time in Rise of Kingdoms. I think no one can debate that. They managed to. They're the only kingdom to beat 960. So, I mean, that says it all. Even though I know. Before you say 960 also had to fight 2605. I know. They're still trying to get you to talk about YC Ritz.
Yeah, I'm just pretending like the chat doesn't exist. PR training. This is not my first stream, so Murph, can you ban yourself?
He's got that power now. Okay, so the second alliance is 800 million. No, billion.
Okay.
Rich, do you want to take Ivy?
Yeah. So when people first look at this account, they're gonna be like, "What the heck? I don't understand what is going on. It makes no sense at all. You have all these other amazing applicants, and then you have this younger account that is not super active, which is fair. Ivy is a very, very, very valued member of our territory team. She does absolutely immense work, and she decided to go and play with some other friends of hers. So her and one of those friends decided to bring a alt account here, which I guess will still be max tech, which is still being actively spent on. I think it has a garrison set, if I'm not mistaken. But I think this account is going to be fine. It's going to be getting its stats every single KVK, and the work that Ivy puts in outside of stats is so immense that it's worth it. She has such a vast knowledge of territory that it makes just having her here, it doesn't matter in what capacity. It could be a 15 million account. It could be an account that's like just barely CH25. Any way that you could have Ivy here is an absolute value to the kingdom. When she was here before on her account, she was always hitting far above her minimums. She was always doing great with her stats. And that is also, while having a huge hand in helping our territory team out, which is visualizing things on the maps, visualizing different areas we need to put flags for blocks to buy us more time if we're having to delay for an objective, or the best way to build to capture an objective. And then also having Fancy on the account as well, who's a super quality fighter who we were trying to get to 6-6 in the first place. It's a win-win for us. So, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm happy Ivy's back. So
before we go back to Ivy, guys, I'm hearing Ritz too loud and Ritz volume super low. Which one is it? You gotta help me out here.
I'm super confused myself, man.
I tried to turn Ritz up and then, okay, now sound great. Trauma, is it any better? I thought it was just me. Should I turn Ritz up? Trauma has mod. Bad. Now bad. Wait, what does bad mean? Is that too loud? Is that too quiet? Much louder
Akina
than
is much
Ritz.
louder than Ritz. I'm
Yeah.
just a soft-spoken guy. I'm nervous.
Maybe
What can I say?
I should go back a bit. Sometimes I go a bit too close to the laptop when I start talking. Okay, just let me know when Ritz starts talking again, whether it's too loud or not. Akina, much loud. Oh, thanks, Ritz.
You're
Okay,
welcome, Ivy.
cool. Yeah, and I mean, back to Ivy. Ivy is someone that I know very well, and she knows me very well purely from the intensity of KVK. Um, I think she is absolutely invaluable to us in KVK, and I was honestly pretty devastated and gutted when she left because many of you don't see the work that she puts in, but man, like the effort, the knowledge that she has in territory is, we are very, very fortunate to have her. Very fortunate. And her working along SAC, working along the other territory guys, um, yeah, very, very grateful that Ivy has returned. And even when Ivy wasn't in the kingdom, she was helping us. She wasn't even in the kingdom, and she was helping with our territory in Kingsland. So we owe a lot to her. So any opportunity we can to have her back, we will take it absolutely. And territory, seeing his name there, Trauma also did exceptional work with territory last Kingsland and Raven. There's so many names there that helped. So thank you so much. It's a hard job and usually one that you don't really get the credit for. So this is me saying thank you for that. Cool. So that is, I'm pretty sure, all of our migrants. Welcome everyone. If we missed you, I'm really, really sorry. I don't think we missed anyone.
No, I think we got everybody.
Okay, great. So, yeah, that's 606's new players. Incredible recruitment from the recruiting team. Eileen, Pre, Icefire, everyone, Quacks. Thank you again. And our KP is currently 1.8. Is anyone out, Ritz? I can't tell.
I am not sure.
I feel like someone might be.
What are we at? Like 153, I think.
24. Maybe someone's in this alliance. Maybe they're getting resource. Oh, Trauma's not here. Okay.
Oh.
Well, speaking of Trauma, let's give him some airtime. Here is Trauma, and he is repping the British Paddington Bear, which is always great to see. Some of you may recognize this account, but not the name necessarily, because he hasn't got the ST tag. But Trauma is a phenomenal player. I mean, stats speak for themselves, and 20 million dead, units lost. Trauma is someone I was a bit surprised last KVK, just seeing how swarm heavy Trauma was. He loved it, and it's amazing to see how committed he is, and also his work in territory, how active he is on Discord. He's really an incredible player to be able to have in our kingdom. So I wanted to give some spotlight to Trauma there too. And Ritz, I'm sure you can echo that as well.
Oh, absolutely. Trauma's just a lot of fun to have. He's a US player, so he's around during the night crew. Sadly, I wasn't able to, really be around as much as I would have liked last KVK, but, just being around him a little bit here and there is a lot of fun. And that entire group that decided to come our way, in their group, that entire 2356 group or 2396 group, I forgot what it is, but they're all a lot of good guys. Lots of fun to have on the night crew.
Yeah, absolutely. And Trauma's almost becoming like, I feel like he's getting a kind of security guard role in 606. He's becoming a bit of an enforcer. If Lau needs someone chased, Trauma will be straight on them, which is funny to see. But thank you, Trauma. Raven catching a stray. Let's see what's been said. Thank you, Murph. Ritz and I are actually thinking about doing a podcast maybe like once every week, once every 2 weeks, just talking about different things in rock. Of course, today is just looking at 606, looking at our migration, but it could be something fun if people are interested. We could absolutely do that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like I feel like on the other like things that I've done, it's like I feel pressure because it's like farmer fighter, and I always feel like I'm like goaded into saying something wrong, like I'm there, and luckily here it's like I mean, I'm not really too incredibly worried about saying something wrong necessarily. So
Well, you're more used to it now, aren't you? Versus,
yeah.
well, some of them are trying to get you to say something. I don't know exactly. Um, Quack said if he doesn't do forts, I get to swarm zooted. Suki, no swarming. Save that for KVK. Is that Akina love story of the year guy? Oh my days. Yeah. But we won't be. We don't need to talk about that. Cars have been debunked by Chisco on stream. What did Car say? 2605 weren't even fighting. No, maybe I missed the chat. It was 2v1. Oh, about the 2605 KVK. Okay. I was shocked seeing Trauma at like 80 million in Kingsland. Yeah, I mean, Trauma was training non-stop throughout KVK, if I'm not mistaken, to keep up with with being able to swarm. Definitely someone you cannot say doesn't take his deads. So hard to lead a kingdom takes special people. Yeah, absolutely. It's a big respect to people giving up their time to lead kingdoms. It's especially at the highest level. It's not an easy job and takes a lot of time. So I definitely wouldn't be able to do it without some of the incredible people in the kingdom. Leadership, all of them deserve a shout out. Some of them are in this chat as well. If I just show them in game. So Lau, I mean, the unsung hero of 606, she is phenomenal. I have no words. Nothing. Words won't do justice how good Lau is and how much work she puts in for the kingdom. It's all done behind the scenes, so the majority don't even see it. But yeah, she is incredible. We have Raven, who's equally just as incredible as Lau, does so much work behind the scenes. Maximus does a phenomenal job via data, for leading arcs. So, I mean, he's a phenomenal fighter also. When you look at his stats, really, really quality player. Murph is amazing help in leadership. You can see how active he is. He's always contributing ideas, leads events. Ritz, we all know, is here. We all know the work Ritz puts in, especially in Diplo. Eileen, not just recruitment, she goes far beyond that. Her work is second to none in the kingdom, so deserves all the praise. We have Sarah, who's always giving amazing ideas, a quality fighter. You can see his account at 30 billion, so really appreciate his input. Street has recently joined the R4 team, so he's getting involved, and we're excited to work more closely with him. And then, there's a lot of them, but they all deserve the time. Duffy, as I mentioned, great fighter and incredible support in power management and in recruitment. Bune has recently joined, but got herself involved with farm alliances and helping support us in leadership. Herta, similar. I think is he currently away at the moment? I can't recall it.
I'm not 100% sure. I think Prince is helping keep his account active.
Yes, you're right. Hurt is more like in the war side. Chan does an incredible job with data, and his support in council is invaluable. He recently joined this past off season, so it's been really great working more closely with him. They've mixed it up now, so it's harder to see the officers. Teddy has recently joined in as an R4, as an officer, and she's been great in helping, giving great ideas, suggestions. So there's another one. Crack has done a phenomenal job. Well, not managing his speeds, but he's done a phenomenal job with Riffin in our territory in Home Kingdom. So Thank you for that. It's done wonders, and we're hoping we can continue with that. Tush, he's been a bit quiet lately. He couldn't play last KVK as much because the timings for work and that were a bit difficult, but he's a really great support in war lead. He's very confident leading. So having his experience from 1228 is always a pleasure to have. Riffin, who is the farm king, does so much in territory as well. He helps lead that with Sack, with Ivy, with Crack, with Trauma and the team. So yeah, great player. You can see we have a lot of officers, we have a lot of people with roles. There's a lot going on in 606. It's definitely not one man. I know a lot of the time people will mention Akina, he does everything, blah blah blah. No, I don't. I definitely do not. These guys do way more work than I do, so I wouldn't be able to do the job that is done without them. Continue. We have Bob, the most positive guy you will ever meet in your life. He's so positive and a great friend. So getting his support in leadership is invaluable. He recently moved from council to officer just to manage his time, but he's still supporting us behind the scenes. Matthew in council, one of our infantry garrisons, helps out with things like with Warbank, with data, he used to lead ARC as well. So Matthew, very smart, big help. Sorry if this is for those that aren't in 606 that aren't interested in this, but I really feel like they deserve the airtime, absolutely. Tick, someone Ritz knows well. Ritz, do you want to talk about Tick?
Yeah, man, Tick's super reliable as an R4. Always stepping up in KVK. Someone who is willing to put in those long hours that a lot of people don't necessarily want to, just managing whether it's markers, whether it's building for more objectives, or just staying online to support another lead. So Tick's always just kind of been a Swiss Army knife type of player.
Absolutely.
So
and then the man, the myth, the legend, some people don't know him at all, but this guy right here is, in my opinion, the most important person in 606. And I know that's a big statement because there are an incredible, there's so many amazing players. But from coming to this kingdom, Zach was the one that humbled me almost immediately. And his brain and his way of thinking has carried this kingdom throughout so many KVKs. He was helping lead territory of other kingdoms much bigger than ours before in KVKs, where they weren't as experienced or as knowledgeable as him. I cannot sing Zach's praises enough, and if you see me streaming, you'll notice I call him out a lot because he is absolutely incredible. So yeah, there's me gushing over Zach for a bit. And then we have Medium and we have Brucey. Medium helps out in war as well. Very big support and a quality fighter, as you can see. And then Brucey, who also helps out behind the scenes and a great fighter. So yeah, that's our 4 officer leadership team. There is a lot, as you have seen, but it takes a good team to lead a kingdom, and that's absolutely what we do have. And that doesn't cover everyone. People in the kingdom that aren't necessarily in as an officer or in council, like I've seen Juani in chat, phenomenal help, like so good. Ritz is sitting on his microphone, cannot Kantar. What are they saying? Yeah, Raven, absolutely. Law, he doesn't have an account, but he's still there. He's still helping. Sakino, Sak, Law, and Akina, the 3 you see in that chat. There's a reason he's there. Kantar, what is going on? Sing happy birthday for Tick. Yes, Akina, sing happy birthday. I swear his birthday was 2 days.
I think.
Was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
It was one or the other.
We can save the singing for another time. But happy birthday to Tick. Yeah, absolutely. Juani is a hero in our kingdom. She does so much. What did Zooted lose at Suki? So Ritz, yeah, moving on because we've just checked out migration. I know we've gone over the 2 hour mark now. Talking about next KVK, what are your thoughts for it, and what would be the perfect KVK for you?
I feel like it comes down to two different things for me. So I think my hopes are that we either go into a really, really big KVK with other people, because I think our speeds are healing up nice. I think that, these recent migrants that we've brought in has made our speed regain go really, really well. And, it's super dope. February 3rd looks like it could be a banger. Like if 2377 and 93 don't get a match, chances are they're probably going to wait for February 3rd. Because it would give 1093 the option to wait until then. So then you have like potentially 2489, us, 93, or 2377. Technically 960 could pop in. And I think technically 1875 could also, or 1875 can actually also go in. And then technically 846 could also go in. So, I mean, there's a lot of kingdoms that could potentially go that pop. If it's like an Orleans or something like that, that could make it just an absolute banger. I don't have that much faith that Lilith would actually give that to us. So, I mean, that's okay. But, my hopes is that we either get in a KVK with some other big kingdoms, or we go into one that's going to prepare us to go in with big kingdoms. Not necessarily a farm KVK, but one where we're going to have to fight. It's going to be entertaining, but we're not going to have to put like pedal to the metal the entire KVK. Everybody be prepared, because you might leave this KVK with 0 days of speeds. I would rather us go into it not necessarily knowing that we will win, but knowing that if we put in a good chunk of effort, our quality will beat out anybody else. We can kind of coast through the KVK with some hard fights, and then get ourselves really, really stocked up and ready to go into a mega KVK. So, I mean, that's also kind of what we hoped for last KVK, is that we kind of had a more chilled experience, and then we got this absolutely insane KL. So, it's kind of hard to like expect anything at this point in the game, because there's no telling what Lilith's matchmaking will do. So
yeah, absolutely.
For me personally, I kind of hope that it's a more chilled experience. That way, I can kind of coast to like 2 or 3 billion KP, relax it out, not take a whole bunch of deads if I don't have to, and then I can just stock up on my training speeds, continue hoarding my unis, and then we can go into a KVK with the likes of like 2377, 960, 93, and then all of our players have more speeds to where we're going to be able to really step up to the occasion. Because the last thing I would want to happen is like for us to sign up for a big KVK and our players on a speed level aren't necessarily ready for it. So, I think Lunar on Monday, I guess, what is it,
is it Monday?
Resets in like 2 hours, I think. So I guess in a day and 2 hours we're gonna have a Lunar event starting. So that'll be it's gonna be a really good week for speed regain for everybody.
Yeah, so. And just some extra context behind that. Both the past 2 KVKs speeds were zeroed. That is kind of the mentality in 606. So when you have you think about the higher tier of kingdoms, the likes of 960, 2377, these guys are regenerating so many speeds every single day. We obviously cannot match that. So sometimes we may have to take longer skips. Sometimes taking the extreme KVK is not always as feasible if we want to have a shot at winning, which every kingdom wants to do every single KVK. Next KVK, due to our recovery, it does look exciting. We are hopeful for a strong competitive KVK, as Ritz says. We don't know who's going to be in the pool. Well, we don't know who's going to register for the same KVK as us, but as Ritz has mentioned, we don't want it to be one where we have no fights. Absolutely not. Like, we all know that KVKs with no fighting kills kingdoms more than KVKs with fighting. So the last thing we want is that to happen.
Yep.
But yeah, we'd also want our players to to recover for like a huge KVK, because we missed that. We haven't had one. Well, the past two have been huge, but as in with other elite kingdoms, we'd
Yeah,
love
I
to be
think
able to fight them.
the last one that we were involved in was the 960 1034 KVK, and that was before we were even like one alliance. That's the KVK that pushed us into one alliance. So
Yeah,
it's super sick being in those KVKs, and I'd love to see how we perform in that, man. Because I think we're vastly improved since then. I think every kingdom in there is vastly improved. I mean, the quality of the top kingdoms in the game continues to improve and improve and improve. But I would like to see, if we're, I mean, let's say February 3rd, we are looking fresh. I mean, it's not the pop on Monday, but, I mean, we have, I guess 2 weeks until that queue. So we're going to have Lunar and then another week after that, or 2 weeks after that of full recovery. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what our speeds are looking. I think we're going to probably be ready. And if we are ready, I'd love to, potentially queue up and fight someone like 2489 and 93 and 77 and whoever up, all decide to pile in there and just kind of see where we really stand in the grand rankings of everybody. We've had 2 really, really good recruitments in a row. And I'd like to see how we stack up. I think we've kind of proven that we can hang with the likes of 365 and that KVK2 KVK to go. So I'd like to see if we can if we're better than we really think we are, or if there are things that we can improve on to make ourselves eventually on that level with some of the other top kingdoms in this game.
yeah, and let's not mention 77 because I don't want to fight myself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not ideal.
But I mean, just being in KVK, like with kingdoms of that caliber is what I'm meaning.
Yeah, no, I get you. I get you. I'm just teasing. But yeah, bottom line is,
if we ally 2377, we have to have an Akina duel for Zig.
that's a good duel, that is a
both
good duel.
Both Akina accounts have to duel each other. Delta set versus Delta set.
Okay, it was Delta. This one's winning in 606. But the reason why this account is on the screen, Max, you were asking for it to see. So there you go. Kaz is the new owner of your account, and yeah, I'm sure you've seen her in chats as well. Sorry, I didn't see the chat for a while. Let me just try and catch up. Please check KVK3174. Brother, I'm sorry, I can't. For some reason, my device is spazzing out when I try and look at another KVK. I'll try and show you, but I'm not sure why it's doing this. But yeah, it's just it just starts spamming the error code at me. So I need to talk to Lilith about why this is going on. How is the KVK going? It looks like Kingsland has opened. I don't know if any of you have seen this error code before. It's a bit of a pain. 960 606 allied box. Who knows? Let's see what 960 want to do. What would you say is a minimum for a normal A seed? Welcome, Deluxu. What do you mean by minimum? Do you mean KP? Do you mean power? Yeah, and also A seed now. I don't really know what is classed as an A seed, because this new Imperium borders come in at 23 billion. More are pushing. I guess everything right below that is now A, but I don't know what that border is. CN, what's the music bad? Sorry, I can't hear it. You're taking lots of deads, wouldn't be a KVK, so that's speed. Yeah, that's been the story of our last few KVKs. Let ex-leadership know if you want practice matches. Oh, thank you so much, Sofrito, that would be great. Any practice before OL would be amazing. I assume OL's coming around not too far away. So yeah, that would be good. Hey, Riffin, welcome. I thought you're the tank gorilla. Yeah, he is the tank. We will just stay behind him. Prince, I'm the pilot, 2 noobs. Yeah, you do a good job, Prince. Thank you. What else? Let's switch screen or I get sentimental. Buy my passports. Yeah, Suki, go on. If Suki buys them, you got to jump over box. You don't need those 960 speeds. Box your big one GT, you can buy your. Yeah, good point. Might be rough for 960 if they wait for the 17th. Yeah, true, but I don't know. Migration's so difficult and finding quality players is not easy. I guess even for 960 and the 2377. It's a real difficult trade-off choosing between waiting for KVK and taking migrants in. So yeah, I have no idea what they're going to do. Car, it would be nice to be on 1960s side for once versus against them. That was a brutal KVK. When you think back to it, facing both 960 and 2377 together, that was tough. But one of the best KVKs that I've ever played personally. So yeah, any questions to Ritz and I? Thank you so much for all being here. And thank you, Ritz, as well for being here. We'll just stay on a little bit longer just so you have any questions, we can answer them while we're here. Hopefully you can get Ritz on again soon and we can talk about other topics in Rock. And yeah, while you're all here, please don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, it would mean a lot if you could to help the channel grow. I'm still a little bit of a noob, so I don't even have emojis that you guys can use. So I'm hoping in a few weeks, maybe a month or so, can get that set up. I'll also try and get a Discord server going so I can communicate and chat with you guys some more. Don't get me wrong, it would be incredibly challenging still. Yeah, of course, anytime you're facing greater numbers, it's always going to be difficult. Enzo's asking for people to tank for him. Hey, thank you, Suki, for tuning in. Your AP bar is halfway full time to do. Oh god, getting baited. Yeah, I know. I need to. Did I get sent?
Gotta hit those 40 a week.
Yeah, I'll launch one now before Gorilla keeps calling it out. I feel like I'm gonna get jugged. Oh wait, why does he have no gear on? Okay, there we go.
When is Ritz gonna play Valorant with me again? Whenever, Box, whenever. You tell me.
What did Kills say? 77 wasn't as strong back then. They had a glow up. You're welcome. Yeah, they weren't, but they still had Hope and Lion, man. And the amount of swarms we took, I could probably scroll back on my 2377 account and just see how many garrison reports were from their swarms. It was insane. I think we dropped them 500 million each, so they dropped 1 billion total. But we were also 2 alliances, so very different from now. Akina, Dean's Commander. I'm going to say Artemisia is a favourite riff, but I think she's a favourite for many. Ritz, what about you?
What is it? Sorry.
Riff's question in chat.
Who is the thickest commander? I've been waiting. I've been waiting for Omniarch to hit me up about the video, man. It's hurt my heart.
Well, he did the video. Did you not see? Like, he did it without you.
Did he do part 2?
I think so. Yeah.
Dude, I'm mad. I'm actually really upset by that. I'm starting a YouTube channel where I just call out other YouTubers, and it's gonna start with him. I'm gonna be like, "Why didn't you hit me up?"
You know what? I was thinking, like, imagine if we had a Diplo with like big kingdoms in, let's say, a future pop, and you had all of the kings or something in it, and it was streamed live on YouTube or something. Wouldn't that just be insane? Like
the chat and like voice calls and everything would be funny.
Like, let's say you put all the top kingdoms in Rock, and then the Diplo is just being broadcast to the entire community. I think people would find it fascinating and check in. But yeah, it's a crazy thought because some of the talks in Diplo are kind of wild.
Griffin, to answer your question, it's got to be a Monitore.
Killed my backline KP chaser while I tank. Welcome, Toby. You know all the secrets and details of the game. Oh, well, I wouldn't say that, Prince, but not how to make a sticker on YouTube. It's not that I don't know how to make it. I'm not allowed to make it yet. I think I need to get to a certain number of watch hours before I'm allowed. So, I mean, all of you tuning in is a great help towards that. I really do appreciate it. Oh, that video where you rated. Yeah, let's not go there, Dev. I'm not an advocate. I can't say. But yeah, that's not cool if he did. I haven't seen the video.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
He did.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
goodness.
He was like, I don't know how old these people are. I'm gonna go with we're gonna put that at the A tier. It's like,
yeah,
dude, it's a Google search away.
Goodness me, that's too dangerous territory. I won't let my YouTube get to that. As long as everyone coming onto the stream is behaving. Diplo is terrible. Quacks, yeah. I mean, sometimes you just don't. Sometimes you can be great at Diplo, but you have no choice. You don't get a say in it. It's like it's done before you can talk. And we've been in situations like that. We've had it work for us, it work against us. Like you could be the best Diplo in the world, but sometimes there is nothing you can do, which is really frustrating. Hey, we have I'm going to pronounce your name incorrectly, and I really do apologize. Bilets, is that right? One of the YouTubers that covers really in-depth Rise of Kingdoms content. I don't have the thing set up for other streamers, but please do subscribe to his channel. He does really exceptional content. I'm definitely not as smart as he is, so if you're interested in learning more about the mechanics of the game, please do subscribe to him. He is great. And he had our very own, I say our very own as if Dav's still in 606. He had Dav on his stream earlier, so if you haven't checked that one out, please do. Dav's talking about his new tool while he is losing Kingsland, it seems. It burns everywhere. Dav, just come back to 606. You've had your time off. I found that sending duck feet to recruit is more up my alley. Definitely a lot less stressful. Dav, while you're here, when do you think we're going to get Subotai? I can't see his face yet. It makes me sad. I'm ready. Shall I show the set again, Ritz? Where is it? This is Aloha set.
Ready.
I'm super excited for it to come out, like to be able to test it and see what it does.
I think it's going to give me the final push I need to fully commit to a delta and set.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be crazy from some of the is it in China servers? Murph, I don't know, and I don't know how you do figure that out. Like, is that broadcast anywhere that we can see? Dav, no, I think it's infantry. No, it's Cav now. So the next one is infantry. End of Feb or early March. Okay. So we should have him before. Yeah, we should have him before the next fight. Slayer Doctor 1v1 said he was busy. Oh, shame. I fought him before. I don't know if I saved it. It was weirdly close, but that guy's siege are crazy. So it won't be next MGE. Okay. Well, do you mean this Cav one coming up, or do you the one after? Yeah, I know. Oh, sorry, you're saying it's going to be in the next Archer MG. Okay. Oh man, that's long. I hope it's the infantry one. They don't really. I thought when they leak the skills, then it's not that long until they get announced, or available. Many of our players are mates with those on the Chinese server. Okay, Kai, if you hear anything, let me know, please. They're a cycle ahead. Oh, okay. Okay. Makes sense. I didn't know that. The chat's teaching us, Ritz.
The more I learn. I need to find somebody who's on the Chinese server. I need to become friends with one.
Hey, Bilet, of course, and thank you so much for the donation. Happy to have you in the stream. And be like, you can drop your YouTube link in the chat if you want to. Sorry, I haven't got the streamer thing set up. Can you all confirm if 606 is having a drinking game for Zone 5? What drinking game? Maybe this is one for Ritz.
Who knows? Who knows what night crew shenanigans we might be up to?
Gorilla's dropped since we've been on stream. Gorilla's dropped a gold chest, Ritz. He's balling out.
He did.
He did, yeah.
I need to go and claim that. See if I can get more speeds.
I don't know if I've done the hammer.
I didn't yet. I got 10 keys.
Floor 11, I think that's all. What's happening with Canyon? Oh, it could be Itachi versus Baba in the final. That would be good.
Whoa.
How was Itachi's last fight? Was it comfortable? Oof, just. That's a strong player, AS. We fought him before.
Yep.
He was in 1v, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Now he's in 1188.
So yeah, Itachi, he's got to take this player on, and then it'll be Baba in the final.
I believe.
Yeah, he's gonna take it home. Because Zenthic beat Baba. So if Zenthic can do it, Itachi can. He beat the guy that beat me. Do you mean Itachi, Gorilla? Or do you mean AS? Where is Gorilla here? There's so many stages to this.
Stacked.
Who?
Inky, the one Baba's facing. Inky could beat Baba, I'm not gonna lie.
That was a Dale versus Itachi. To beat Dale is impressive enough. His account is crazy. Bezo, Kia. We need to keep an eye out for Gorilla if we spot him. Oh, so Baba faced Max. How was that fight? Oh, Baba was pretty strong actually. Yeah, AS beat you. Okay. Trauma's gone and confirmed it. Damn.
Every refresh, take a shot?
What? Yeah, that's mad.
What?
I don't know if we're going to be able to...
Oh. Dude, I'm not tanking at all.
Yeah, good point. Peace lost. Who did she lose to? Did I miss her? How could I forget about Peace? She's literally always on top. Oh, there's Gorilla. Oh, Gorilla got to the final. Damn. Three matches left. I'm curious who
Peace lost to.
Yo, she didn't even make it to the...
qualifying?
No way. She didn't. This player won twice and is now facing Itachi. But she beat Peace. Oh, just. Damn. Don't look at my performance in that. It was disgusting. Okay. Now we have to look, Quacks. Where is he? Don't worry. I hope Aloha's not on this stream anymore. Right before the fights happened, I was doing some testing for the butterfly effect video, and I didn't see it, went reset, so he didn't have the gear on, but let's keep that between us. I hope he wasn't... He's not still here. Oh, Quacks, what happened? No. The Herman Liang kills against Peace. INKI, Inkies, usually in the top 2 in Lost Canyon. Is that someone we've seen? Sorry, I might have missed their name. You didn't send feet pics to your opponent. Which one was Peace in again? Was it 2? Yeah, there's my account. Aloha's account. I'm trying to see what Murph says. Okay. What? 500k kills? Oh my word. Yeah, that's crazy. Sad that the tournament doesn't give out a special frame to the finalists. It does in the other game. Oh, and do they have the same thing in Call of Dragons? I do wonder how similar those two games are. You probably know both of them well, Trauma. They're going up against Baba. Oh, okay. Cool. So yeah, thank you very much everyone for being on the stream. We covered a lot about 606, and yeah, really appreciate all of your time. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and Ritz, thank you so much for giving up your time on Saturday evening. Well, I think it's afternoon for you.
Yep.
Really appreciate your time and your insight. So thank you, mate.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate you having me on.
Hey, of course. Raven, I will go straight there as soon as the stream finishes. So yeah, thank you everyone. Really appreciate it. And I'll catch you all in the next stream. Oh, no, we're not starting. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Cool. Thank you all.